Hello, good people. So, good morning from the West Coast in the U.S. I will say that. Today is our capital battle, and I talked about it this week a little bit. We were going to have a capital battle for you, but the streak continues. As we had talked about earlier in this week, we said that there was going to be a war on, I forget what it was, server 1491. I checked in with those folks, and they said that they have peaceful transfer. So, like I said, in all capital wars, still to this moment, until I can see or proven otherwise. Oh, look at this! They got a fire now on the effect for Alliance. That's pretty cool. Um, until proven otherwise, everybody has peaceful transfers. So I'm actually just gonna have some fun because the capital war is so boring. It really is. Like all servers, I keep talking about this, right? And for good reason. Let's not make it look like there should be some kind of giant civil war every time we have a capital battle. Um, hey man, Cub, grab having you in. Glad having you in. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's not pretend like we should make a civil war. Typically, there's a server war of some kind that people have on Saturday, or where you shouldn't be losing all your troops in a capital war for the most part, right? Like if that's the case. But even in a case like this, we have nothing, but we do have season 5 coming up. So normally right now, if we didn't have season 5 coming up and they give us this capital battle, I would suggest we just have a fight. Like let's have a fight. Let's have fun. Because who cares? But we do have season 5 coming up, so why would you want to lose all your troops? It doesn't make any sense, right? So I can't really suggest that totally to just be like, hey, just give us all your troops. But what I'm gonna do just for fun is I don't like sitting in a capital and just like doing what actually. I can just sit in a capital and go do work. Like I don't even need. There's nothing to do. It's incredibly boring. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna port myself over to FS4 and I'm gonna challenge some folks. Like I figure, what would be fun since I got to get the points anyway, the honor points from being on Capital Grounds. I'm gonna test and see like how strong the team is. If let's say I put out one hero plus my gorilla, it's only 24 million to beat it. So let's play around a little bit and have an experiment and see how strong squads are with maybe like a couple folks. So I'm thinking like what makes it more interesting is maybe if I do maybe I'll do one. Maybe let's see what happens with 4 heroes. And let's remove Fiona. No offense, Fiona. But what is Fiona? So with Fiona here, I'm 75.45. If I remove Fiona, I'm 64.95. So I'm gonna go try it and see. And start experimenting around and just have some fun because, like I said, I checked in those other server and it's those people said they get along. So it's giant bust. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna do this. And then I don't know who's in here. Who's in here? This for. Well, they're on here. I don't know what they're on here for, but we're gonna knock them out. We're gonna knock them out. I should have got closer to this thing. How long these fights are. Okay. God, what's on the box? How many boxes do I have to confirm? Ridiculous. All right, let's see. Let's see who comes along and can. It's so long to get to that thing. But, I mean, these battles are just horrible. I'd rather have some kind of like reports to look at and do something. I don't know what you guys are doing, but, or if you guys have anything. Gorilla dropping in 1 week. Is it worth it to pay and get it as soon as possible? Okay. Well, it's not a gorilla. What do you mean, gorilla? Why is my thing all messing up? I don't know what's going on with my Prism here. But okay. My bad. So I don't know about Gorilla. So what I've heard is I can tell you did somebody beat me already? Who beat me? Oh no, I'm over here, right? Yeah, okay. No, Gundy, you can't fight me. You're gonna get rejected. So what I've heard is that there's going to be a Phoenix. That's what I've heard. Originally, I heard that it was going to be it's I think your monkey thing. All right, fair enough. I will tell you, Overlord. Yes, Overlord. So there's a new Overlord. Rumor. Nobody really knows for sure where it's going to actually be, or what it's going to actually be. I have heard rumors. Originally, it was an eagle, and now they changed to a Phoenix. Is it going to be next week? I don't know. Again, I'm going to create a video, or you're going to see videos out there. To me, unless it's actually out, bunch of clickbait for you guys, because nobody really knows until there's a game announcement. All right, unless somebody proves otherwise with actual links and things from developers or whatever. It's clickbait. You guys have seen this a million times. So I'll just tell you what I've heard as a rumor. And again, I'm not going to create videos around clickbait material. So I've heard that it's going to be a Phoenix. And obviously Phoenix would be an air buff, right? So not for tank. Now, Gorilla, we've talked about this. Gorilla, they say, was going to be a buff for tank. There's an awful lot of missiles on that thing. So I don't know. Maybe it's for tank. Maybe it's not. Again, sounds like a giant rumor mill as far as all that goes. So I will say what I would recommend for people to do, regardless of rumors. One thing I can tell you, one thing we know, we don't need to worry about rumors. There will be another Overlord. As I've told you, we have a thing called Universal Overlord shards. You don't have Gorilla shards and then Universal Overlord shards unless you already have planned on making multiple Overlords. So that doesn't seem like rumor to me. That just seems common sense of what they're doing. Okay? As far as all the details behind what it is, all this stuff, well, that's totally different. So we'll see about that. So what would I recommend you do with your shard? Here's how I recommend you approach this. If you have an air team, I would recommend you don't update the Gorilla and you save your universal shards for this Phoenix, because common sense would tell you how they're going to go about these things is to give each one of these overlords a buff. That's how they're going to make you pay for it. If you're sitting there as a low spender, let's say, and you put money into the Gorilla, why would you worry about a new overlord, a Phoenix? You said I already started building one. I'm not going to go and spend and build a second one. So the only way to really get you to do it is if they said it was a buff for a different team, like air or missile. Then all of a sudden, if your main team is air, you'd be like, oh crap, I need to do that. I need to build it. So think about it. If you are air as your second team, I would say that this thing that's coming out, Phoenix, Eagle, whatever it's going to be called, whatever. It appears that that's what it is going to be called. It's going to be for air because it's, again, using common sense, not secret information. That's where it would be. So I would save my Overlord Universal Shards, and I'd more try to build that if my main target was air. Tank people, I would continue to build on the Gorilla. I really wouldn't go, if you're a low spender, if you're, low spenders / mid spender, if my main team is Gorilla, I wouldn't even worry about building on the Phoenix or getting it or doing whatever. I mean, it's you got to put money, you got to put resources into this thing. And if it's to help a team, like if tank is your main squad, your second squad should be Missile. That should be your number 2 team. So this Gorilla is either going to be for tank, which is your number 1 team, or Missile, which is your number 2 team. Either way, you're going to benefit from this Overlord. If for some reason you look at this for, like, Phoenix is for air, right? Why would you build for that if in the long run the buff is going to be for your air team? Now, even think about it from this perspective. I get it. Like, other people may have 2 Overlords and, you go to attack them and whatever. Are you really worried about that? Like, are you really developed right now? If you're a low spender, mid spender, are you putting all your money into your number 2 team? Because if you are, let's talk. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. We've talked about this. You should be building your number 1 team and continue to build it through. So if that's the knowledge and you're really going through what I'm saying and building your number 1 team, then and you are tank or Missile as a low spender, even mid spender, then why the heck are you going to build something for what's going to eventually be a 3rd team? Come on, guys. Like, the game's object is to make money. But don't put your money where it's not going to benefit you in the long run. You got a lot of things to work on. Your gear, your chips, your drone levels, your components, your tech. I mean, come on, the list goes on. And who knows what else, the T11 material. Like, all these things are going to benefit you more than some second Overlord that you're going to, at the best case scenario, use on your second team. So no, I don't think you guys should be worried about it. I don't think you should be spending on it, unless you're air. Hey Patty, welcome in. Joaquin, welcome in. Anyway, I forgot to welcome you in, sir. Good to have you in here. Thank you for the question. Man Cub, what do you got? Started with tank, switched to air at season 3. Now thinking tank should be brought up. If you're air, here's the problem, guys. You really can't be indecisive with this, Man Cub. You put yourself in a bad position. Learn from this, those that are listening. You got to commit to your teams. You have to commit to your teams. You can't keep flopping. There's too much time. There's too much going on where you're, doing different stuff. I don't want you to commit to your. I don't want you to commit to your. I don't want you to commit to one team and then the next week commit to a second team, next week commit to a third team, okay? I don't want you to do that. It doesn't make any sense, okay? So, I would just say for yourself, the number 1 thing, let's back off the Overlord, let's go to that for a more important conversation. One of the hardest things to do in the game as you move forward, and this is across the board. So this doesn't matter money. I mean, it could matter money. Like if I was going to go and sit there and buy skill medals and whatever, I can quickly build my skills up. No doubt about that. Okay. So I'm not going to say like money doesn't matter in building your skill medals because obviously I could do it faster. But it's where all things are created equal. Okay. Free to play. Everybody has a shot at building their skills at the same speed, all right? Now, hear me out. You're like, oh, yeah, sure, QB, easy for you to say. No, I'm serious. Like, it's one of the things that benefits the people that play this game more often. If you have your arms race, if you're doing your arms race every single week, you're doing your mobile squad tasks, or you're upgrading those for skill medals, you can get a boatload of skill medals. And it takes time, like over time in, time out, as you continue to do these things. You're going to be able, boy, I'll tell you what, this, I'm getting sidetracked. But boy, did this not work for my team. I just put a 4-hero team out. And boy, I'm excited about the season. I just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10, 11. I think I got 11 hits. I got 11, 12 plus the one that I beat. Oh no, did I refresh? Yeah, I did. So 11. I just got 11 hits on that one thing, and that's that was a 4-hero shuffle. That was pretty good. Let me see. I'm gonna take away a hero. I want to see how well I do. Let's put 3 heroes out there. What guys? I'm gonna take away. You know what? Let me put Fiona back and take away the 2 defenders, and let's see how important defenders are. Let's see. Actually, I think I need to switch and just give Fiona her mythics, because as you know, if you guys watch the WWC, you know I am a big Marshall fan for my mix squad. So here we go. All right, we got 3. No defenders. Let's see how we do with no defenders while we conversate. God, these boxes, I cannot confirm enough. Jesus. All right, here we go. With Gorilla and only 3. I didn't even look at what my strength was there. Oh, I can look right here. What's my strength with this team? 49.38. All right, we'll see how we do at 49.38. Okay. All right, so is it worth going hybrid helicopter tank? All right, let me get some of your questions. I'm totally blasting off here. All this. Gorilla started with tank, switch to air. Yeah, we're gonna talk about we're gonna come back to switching. Let me just answer your questions, because I'm gonna come back to your main squads and how you should do and the mistakes that I'm seeing over and over again. We gotta stop this. So switching teams, but let me answer your questions first. Is it worth going hybrid helicopter tank? Okay. So yeah, you can have bonuses. There's both. There's certainly detraction from going mixed squad. One thing you can't do. So if you're gonna go mixed squad, Big G. By the way, welcome in, Big G. If you're gonna go mixed squad, it totally works. The problem is you have to be a strategic mind. You cannot just leave a mixed squad and say that's my last team. So if you don't like tinkering, you don't like paying attention a lot, you don't like the constant strategic play, no, you need a main team. You can't just throw a mixed squad out there and say, oh, that's my main team. This is what I do. I use 4 and 1. No, that's not what you do, because it all depends on who you're fighting. You can't just always keep a 4+1 in there. You know what I mean? It's not going to benefit you. So it works against, you're going to work against certain people, certain lineups. You're going to have to tinker. You're going to have to play around. Is it beneficial? Yeah, of course. You see what I do, right? I'm doing this first missile right now. I'm a perfect example of it. I love it. I use 4+1. I put Marshall in. I'm able to beat stronger missiles. I'm beating an 80.12, which is almost, we're on our way to 4 million power stronger than me with the same team, and I'm using Marshall, and I'm winning battles. So does it work? Sure. Anybody that tells you it doesn't work, you can point at this guy, because I'm doing it. I'm showing you battle reports day in and day out of how I'm making it work. And that's my fun thing, is you guys know I like sandbox, I like proof, I like numbers. Well, I'm giving you battle reports. I'm showing you somebody stronger. So somebody says it doesn't work, it's nonsense, because it works. They're haters. So does 4+1 work? Of course it works. You're seeing it with missiles. So yeah, with air, tank, every team it works. However, I can tell you, if I run into an air squad and I have my missile, with my 4+1 with Marshall, it's a benefit to them. Air is a buff over Marshall. So now I'm detracted from playing that 4+1, that same 4+1 lineup, right? If I go against tank, it's okay. It'll probably equal out. I'm probably better off with a 4+1 against tank, although it could be a mixture of who I want to play in that one, with a tank. Who do I want to throw in that lineup? But yeah, you can see like there's a difference, right? You don't want to just give up a buff, so whoever you're going to pick. So there's validity to it, but only if you're managing your lineup or you're willing to manage your lineup closely in battles. If you're not, then just go 5. Do yourself a favor and go 5 heroes. Don't go into the mixed squad only when you're ready and play around and stuff like that. But yes, there's validity to it, 100%. Especially in season, when season 4 starts, you're going to get battle cards. You get the 4+1 card. Of course, it's going to help. I would encourage it. Mix your lineups, your battles. Of course, you want to do that. So yeah, just not your main squad. That's what I would say. Okay, what do you got? I am main missile, 57.5, 218 hero power on season 2. Very strong. Very strong. Like it. That's why the question about the gorilla, thinking about getting it and growing. Okay, then you're a spender. I would guess. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay, but you're a spender. You're probably a pretty hefty spender. So you're more in the higher range. I would say 100% it's beneficial for you because for a high spender, you're not focused on your one team only. Even in season 2, you should be pushing your one team, but you're already starting to dial in a little bit into your 2 team. You still shouldn't be dialing in your 3rd team, Joaquin, by the way, even if you're a high spender. Your 3rd team should not come until way later, like probably more like season 4. You start thinking, like I just started thinking about it in season 5. So unless you're a whale, you shouldn't be thinking about your 3rd team until you are way developed. Your 1st team needs to be almost capped, and your 2nd team needs to be well in before you're even thinking about putting resources into that 3rd team, which will give you an example of what I'm trying to say for you, low spenders and free to play. Stop, just dismantle your 3rd team. I keep telling you, it's just going to get you in trouble. Just dismantle the thing. Use it as a collector. Stop throwing it out there in battles and fights. No matter who you're fighting. I don't care who you're fighting or who you think you can beat with it. Just dismantle it and then you won't use it by accident. Because obviously you have a trigger finger and you think like and you're getting angry at something and you're throwing out your 3rd team. All it's doing is killing your troops and hurting you. So just dismantle that thing. Stop it. If you're a low spender and free to play, stop using your 3rd team. Yeah, Joaquin, I would say, yeah, you're a big spender, okay, but also big spenders. If you're not whale big spender, then let's tone it down. Exactly, there you go. Team 1, team 2, I like that. So yeah, for team 2, man, yeah, it's certainly going to give you a big boost because you're going to spread your love a little bit between now the gorilla and the phoenix. Your 2nd team though, your 1st team being okay. So your 1st team is missile. If your 1st team's missile, Joaquin, you need to flip now. It should be air. So your 1st team, your 2nd team should always be the counter to your for your 1st team being beat. So think about it. Missile right now, tank can beat your 1st team, right? Somebody can go in there and beat you with tank. You want to be able down the line to be able to flip real quick to your 2nd team to beat that team that's beating your team. You always want to lift your counter as your 2nd team. So right now, don't push tank. Flip to air, brother, on your team 2. Make the move now. Your season 2, not too late. Eventually, you're a big spender. Believe me, down the line, you'll be developing that tank anyway. You'll get down to the 3rd team. But instantly, what's going to help you when you max out your team 1 and go to team 2, like right now, you're in my place, right, Joaquin? Okay, so right now for me, I have my tank that's like 70... What'd I say? It's like 75, 76, somewhere in there. My air is probably 68, is like my air. When I throw my gorilla on, I can get a 74 air. So, the reason why I bring that up is, if somebody comes along that's in 80 air, let's say, 80 tank, and they're able to beat my missile for some reason, probably less because it's a counter, right? So I'm the 76 missile. Let's say somebody comes with a 74 tank or a 73 tank, and they're able to beat my missile. What's my counter to that? If I only have tank, I need to get a tank that's 73. If I had an air, I could throw my gorilla on air, only be like 70, and probably beat that tank, right? So I want to be able to take my gorilla, throw it on my team 2, and instantly beat that team that's beating my number 1. Makes them pay immediately. Okay, so switch that up, brother. Make it be missile and air as your 1-2. That's your 1st move. 2nd move, yes, 100% worthwhile to invest for you in that Phoenix to have 2 overlords. Dude, it's gonna shoot you up. So in the beginning, just like Gorilla, have your calm your expectations. Don't forget, this thing sucks when it first rolls out. I mean, the Gorilla's terrible when it first rolls out. So expectations to unlock the thing, when you first unlock it, it's a bunch of fake power. The game just gives you fake power to make free-to-play and low spenders feel like they're more in matches than they are. It gives you a confidence boost to play the game, to know that, hey, look, I just went up 7 million. How cool is that? It's not really 7 million. It's not like if I got 7 million out of my chips. That's not the same thing. Again, I've talked about this for Gorilla Power. Important to note, and I've seen this as I build and spend on my Gorilla, where the real power actually comes from. The real power is coming from, and it tells you, right? We ignore it because we love the value of special training, and we see like, oh, all my team is going up with special training. It's good bumps for my team, blah, blah, blah. You're not worried about your team. You're worried about your Gorilla. You keep telling me Gorilla, 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 and then you upgrade, and you're like, my team, my team, my team. Let's talk about how to make the actual Gorilla more value. The Gorilla value is actually in the bond rating. Like when you look at it. So there's two things really, but bond rating is really when you look, your resistance to all damage types goes up with your bond rating. That's now up for me for 45%. If you look at bond rating, this is going to take my Overlord hit point boost, Overlord attack boost, Overlord defense boost. It picks my march size up, right? All of these add an incredible value, which is why bond rating gets so expensive. So make sure when you're focusing on your Gorilla, don't be so quick to be like, oh yeah, my Gorilla side. If your bond rating isn't up, it's going to. So keep your expectations low there. The other thing that helps your Gorilla is its skills, right? So that's the bond rating is really where the money should go in. But your skills also are going to play a benefit, which comes into play with the shards. So the shards make a big difference because if you look at the difference in what your skills are going to do, your enemies are taking it's incredibly important that if you just look at this, effective or duration increase to 15 seconds. So if I'm 1 star, that's great. But now think about what I'm getting with 2, 3, 4, and 5 stars. I'm getting 1% crit damage. I'm getting 1% crit damage. I'm getting 1% crit rate drain. Think about what's in a deco. When you're over looking at a deco and you got 2% crit damage, you're going to be like, oh, wow, that's incredibly important, right? So if you can pick it up, you can. It's just, what I will tell you is, shards, as you know, get to be very pricey. It's very hard to get to level 7. It's not easy. They get outrageous. And for free to play, it's just not realistic. It's just not realistic, which is why if you're tank or missile, you should not be focused on the next one. Just keep pushing forward with the same one. Because most of you are only to level 4 or 5. Even if you're at my level, playing the game, I think we're on day 669 or 699 today. Oh, let's check it out. Hold on. Got to get distracted for a second. 698. I'm 698 today. So even if you're on day 698, your Gorilla is only going to be at 5, level 4, level 5. Like, you haven't got enough shards yet because it takes forever. So don't divide that up to now the Phoenix if you're a free to play and a tank and a missile person. That's not what you need to do. But if you look at these skills, I will tell you, the shards are an incredibly good place to put your money. If you're a mid spender, or a high spender, without a doubt, you should be doing this. Mid spender, yeah, it depends. If you're a high mid spender, maybe, but low spenders shouldn't be putting their money in the Gorilla anyway. Like, come on, you got gear to do. If you're a low spender, even at my level, you got gear to do. You damn sure got gear to do whatever other level you're at. So you shouldn't be putting your money into your Gorilla. But you should be putting any builds or anything else you get, or if you get an Overlord pass, like things like this, put it in the Phoenix if you have an air team. If you have a tank or missile team, I'd stick to the Gorilla right now. Who knows when that third Overlord's going to come out? Like, it took forever for this one to come out. So you got a long time. So in that time, you can ignore the Phoenix and you can just be building out the Gorilla. By the time the next one comes out, you'll probably have the Gorilla built. Not to mention, if you're air, in the same reasoning, what should be your second team? Your second team should be tank, right? Because you go air and tank because that counters missile. Missile beats air, and then you want to have a tank. So either way, the Gorilla is going to benefit you. It's either going to be for tank, which everybody talks about. But as I keep pointing out, this thing has so many freaking missiles on it. The game design is, I will just say, the game design is dumb if you made this for tank. Because it's so confusing. Why would you give the thing missiles? You gave the thing 1 million missiles on its back and its front. thing fires missiles all over the place. So if you're giving it for tank, and maybe you do, it's okay. But I'm just saying, you confuse the hell out of people with the look. So anyway, Joaquin, hopefully that helps you, man. Appreciate it. The question. So back to the switching of the teams. I see this happen all the time. These questions come in. They ask me what to do. Review. QB, what am I doing here? All right, so your team. Stop. Did anyone beat me, by the way? No. So stop switching your teams, people. Stop it. Stop it. You're being indecisive. This game, indecision equates to money in this game. Indecision equates to money. And I don't care if you're free to play. In this game, you need to stop looking at how you actually look at this game in how the items are. Okay? I told you this the other day. If you looked at your versus rewards as actual dollars, you would think differently of those rewards. You need to start equating this game as in it's a pay-to-play game. Then that means rewards are money. That means these items are worth money. So when you misuse them, you're costing yourself money in this game. Game currency. You are costing yourself. It's important. So you can't go around and yell at everybody. Sure, it's a free to play. Everybody, you spend a bunch of money and you get the advantages over me. Yeah, okay, that is true. However, you also weren't smart the way you used your game currency. And that's your own fault, right? Partly your fault, by the way. Partly not to blame on you because it's not like the game gives you an instruction manual. So I can't really hold you that accountable to not doing some of these things in all fairness, right? How are you supposed to know these things unless like I've been through 700 days and made the mistakes to be able to tell you now all the things that I've upgraded and everything I've done, you couldn't possibly know. So it's really not your fault if you've made a mistake like, oh, I screwed up and blah, blah, blah. But all you can do is correct it now. All right? Man Cub, I love it. Free to play with a twist. Yes, big fan. Okay, so what I would say is pick your team, guys. And this is the important thing I want you to understand no matter what you hear from anybody, okay? Every team has value. Tank team, air team, missile team. It's not like if you go in one direction, oh, I screwed up and I am air. Oh, I screwed up, I stayed tank. No, that's not true. That is not true. Where you screw up is 2 months I was tank, 2 months I was air, 6 months I was missile, 2 months I came back to tank. That's how you screw up. You need to make your decision. You need to commit with the team. And again, because I tell you there's value to every team, right? And so you can look at it and there is some strategic play in how you're going to make your decision. There's no doubt, as I talk about, 98% of this game is free to play. Okay? Maybe more. I'm doing estimates. I don't know. But let's be realistic. Me and you are just using common sense in this, that the majority of people playing this game are free to play or low spender. One or the other. You know, that's why everybody is around where they are. Every server has people that are strong. It's very few at the very top. There's a reason for that. So when you think about the high spenders, sure, the high spenders commit and they do something like missile. So you see the whales do missile and you think, oh, missile must be the best. That's what I need to do. No, it's not necessarily the best. It's not necessarily the strongest. It's not necessarily anything. You can have an incredibly strong tank team. If tanks weren't strong, then the whales wouldn't sit there and develop their tank team and their air team and everything else, right? The thing about missile is, the reason why missile is so important to build is because missile beats air, okay? Air is so easy to build and majority of people switch. When you're free to play low spender, you guys know this, right? And this game is how it is. It's a big ego boost. You play a war game, you don't want to lose to everybody, and you start playing this game and you start building, and you're tank. Pretty much the game drives you towards tank when you first start out, right? That's where it's driven to. Buy Kim for, what, $1.99 or 99 cents, whatever she is. It's driving you towards tank, right? Here's tank, okay. And then what do you see? Early on, you see that air has a buff, this magic buff that you're introduced to. And you're like, well, I want the buff. Everybody's tank, nobody's missile. So you're telling me if I'm air, I get a buff over all these people that are tank? I'm going to switch to air. And so you do. you switch to air. And then you realize that the majority of people that are air that are going to beat you anyway because they're spenders. And so they're spenders, they have more stronger air than you, so it really didn't matter that you switched. They were going to beat you at tank, they were going to beat you at air. So yeah, you're getting an advantage over some people that made the switch, that didn't make the switch, and they stayed with tank for right now. But then what happens? The builds continue. And if you let people go with air, they will have an 80 million air that's so friggin' strong you can't beat it. And that stun sucks. That Skylar stun, when I say suck, I mean it in a good way. Like, it sucks to go against it because it's so unpredictable and it's so strong you get tired of losing to it. Even if you're air versus air, you're like, man, I got outstunned. This is bullcrap. And you're in tank, you're really frustrated by that damn stun. And especially when it wallops Kim, you're like, how unlucky am I? I get walloped by friggin' this stun 7 times. So what happens? People need to beat air. That's when they go to missile. They have a bunch of money. They can afford to complete the hero tree and push through missile where it all begins. They can afford to change on how they were completing their chips. They can afford to push over to missile now because they probably have some tank chips done. They might have some air chips done. Now they can afford to make that switch over there. Right? And they start pile driving out missile. Maybe you started doing, as you get down, you look at mastery, you're like, I don't care, I'm going to switch over to missile. Whatever the reason is, a high spender has so much easier time in switching their team halfway through when you do it. Like, you get into this switch doesn't happen until season, 3. When I switched from air to missile, realistically, it was probably season 3, I think, and it sucked. When I made the switch, you ask any whale, you ask anybody who's a spender. When you make the switch, even from our level, and I'm just a dolphin, go ask a VIP 18. They'll tell you, like, they're spending a crap ton of money. They can do anything they want. Making the actual switch from a team when you first do the missile, it sucks. It sucks. It's just a grind. It's like, you got to switch your teams now. You got to build your skill points up. You got to put your... it's a big drawback in trying to make that switch, and that happens at every level, right? It's just magnified at the lower levels, but it does happen at every level. So that's who are missile, and that's why when you're free to play low spender, you shouldn't have to worry about that. You shouldn't be going over to missile. If you had just stayed the course on tank, you would have been fine. You would have been fine because eventually you would be at your level with these people who are non-whales, non-dolphins, who try to make this switch to missile because they see other people doing it. And guess what? Right back to day one, when they thought they were going to make the switch to air, and they were going to be stronger, so they did the switch to missile, and they're not stronger than missile. All they did was they're never going to be as strong as missile people are. They're always going to be around, like right now I'm 75. If you're a non-dolphin, you're doing it, you're probably like at 63 missile or something like that because they made the switch. That's not helping you. That's not helping you because the tank people are now going to be able to beat your missile. If they continue through, if you're sitting at 63, if you're the same person, if you are the same person that continued this game on the same plane in parallel lines, where you were going from this person that went from A to B, which is tank to air, and now they're going from B to C, which is air to missile. If that one person is on that parallel line and they went from A to B with tank, when they get to B, by the time you get to C with your missile, their tank is stronger or around the same time to beat that missile. You see what I mean? You're fine if you're on that plain line and you go tank all the way through. You're going to have some bumps in the road and you're going to lose some battles that are going to be frustrating. So you got to kind of ignore that and stay the course. But when you get through to that, I'm telling you, when you get through to the 3rd season, it's going to benefit you. This game is designed to frustrate you in that way where, you go through. I can tell you the people in this server, and there's very few of them, that stuck through with the tank teams, I can tell you that they are beasts. Even for my missile, they're a pain in the ass. When I used to face them, before I got to 71, they're a pain, man. They're a pain on there. And they had, because they can make up, like, I don't know, 7 million. They can make up an 8 million span. They can make up on me. I mean, now I'm getting a little bit like I'm a little stronger at this point that I could probably survive a tank that's, I don't know. I should probably do it in 3v3 to see what I can survive at this point for tank. But I'm 75. I can probably survive a 72 million tank. Because it's not only the buff, it's everything else that I've built around it. The gorilla is getting pretty darn strong for me, which takes a lot of absorption. It's actually very useful and strong right now. Yeah, I would say like my chipset and stuff like that is incredibly advanced. So I could probably survive a little bit. For the common player though, you can only survive. It's probably like a 7 million buff, like a 6 million buff that they can beat for a tank and a missile. So think about that. If they're a 60 million tank at this point, you can probably beat a 65 missile. 66 missile. And listen, if you're free to play low spender, that 5-6 million is no joke. That's a hell of a spread. That is a hell of a spread that you're making up. You know how hard it is to get that 5 million and 6 million that you work for, right? Because you're doing it to get it over air. And you can, but those people that stick with tank from day one and you just flow through, I'm telling you, you will be, especially you're free to play, you will be so happy at the people that you can beat all the way along and how strong you can get. You're going to be stronger doing that and sticking through. So the thing that suffers the most is your skill points and your skill medals. Because you start building your number one team and your skill medals and you push that with exclusive weapons, it gets so damn expensive. Those skill medals. You think you can get to 30, but I'm telling you, 30 is the least of your worries. Getting from 30 to 40, oh my God, it is like, it's such a drag. If you're not spending money on it, you're such a drag. And I don't really spend on skill medals, so to speak. There's certain things, even for me as a Dolphin, I don't find value in paying money for. Skill medals would be one of them. I will be frustrated at 34 or 35. It's okay. I'll be frustrated because I'd rather put my money in things that aren't free. Like ore, I tell you, like, I don't like to buy ore, even at my level. I don't like to buy ore. Who's coming over here? Who am I getting to fight? Somebody from? Okay, an FS4. Good. We'll see. No defenders. We're going to stay with that route. Did we get a fight with no defenders? Let's see what that looked like. Oh, yeah. Oh, is it Vader that I beat? No defender? Oh, yeah, my no defender squad. Took out Vader's air. 59. Look at that. 10 million higher. I was able to beat him. His air. Look at that. Look at that. No defenders. And I was able to win 49.3. I'm going to do this one and take another report. And then I'm going to switch out and then remove my attackers and see how we do with like just Swift and defenders and see how we can hang. So anyway, I would just back to the original point. The skill point medals, don't pay for that stuff. You can get it through arms race. It's really just your commitment to the game to play it. You will get plenty of skill medals and they take a long time. But you're going to be playing this game for a long time. You're going to be playing this game for 10 years. If you really love it, like I do and passionately enough to listen to us and do this game, the game that we love, then don't spend on those things that you'll be able to collect over time. Or you can collect over time. These things all pass. It's a patience game. Patience preach. It's skill points. That's the real switch. Skill points and your skill chips are difficult to switch and just commit to something different. Those are very, very hard to switch your team. Your gear, no problem, right? You can just take your gear and throw it on a new team, and then hey, look, I got a new team. But you don't. It's a little bit more complex than that to actually get committed to a new team. So yeah, that's what I would say about switching teams. I'd stick with whatever team I got. I really would. A to B, that would be my best advice for you. Please stick with whatever team you have. And they all have value, so don't just switch and don't do an emotional switch. That's the biggest thing. Understand you're playing this game for entertainment, and it's going to be a long time. So do you want to go through a torturous route of having a weaker team to build your second team and make the switch? Because making it is a commitment. Anybody will tell you that made the switch. You can ask anybody at any level. Free to play, low spender, mid spender. There's people that made the switch, and they will all tell you. There is a commitment you have to make that it stinks to make that switch. And this game is your entertainment. So if you're not going to be entertained to sit there and get beat in the middle of playing this game for, season 3, and you start losing to, teams that you can beat, blah, 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 then just stick through the original route. Just make your game plan and go through. Just please don't make multiple switches. Make a commitment. You're gonna be marry your team. Make a commitment. Make a commitment. All right, let me catch up on some of these questions I missed while gapping up. Panther, Phoenix coming for area. I believe so, but and welcome in, Panther. Always welcome to have you. Hootin' it. I don't know what we're going to call you. Hopefully you're around longer. Love that you love the content. Hope it's helping. Appreciate it so much, you saying that. So, yes, please spend talk to you. I stopped with third squad. Man Cup, good. Don't spend anything on third squad, please. Okay, thank you very much. You're welcome, Joaquin. You're welcome. Sticking with air and keeping tank as second. Air with why? Man Cup, why are you doing that? If your air is number 1, missile beats air. Tank is your second. Right. Okay. Sorry. You're 100% right. Yep. Man Cub, you got it. Being free to play, I shouldn't have to complete heroes tech 100% because I'm not. Exactly. Yeah. Great point, Man Cub. Great point. Man Cub brings up a great point right there. So your hero tech for your heroes, right? 100%. When you know your third team, you don't need to complete this. You don't need to complete your tree. The important thing is always, guys, always, you got to complete the bottom 4 of that hero tree. So important, so expensive, so much time, so much effort. Complete it. Complete it. There's so much power in here. Do not let that go to waste. But if you're not going to do missile, you don't need to complete the hero tree for missile. You can skip down and get as much as you need to get done to get those bottom 4 done. But that's it. You can skip it. You don't need it. You're not going to use your missile. You don't need to necessarily even up the exclusive weapons and stuff like that. You're not going to use missile. A matter of fact, I just told you, dismantle the team. If it's your third team, dismantle it. It gets you in trouble. I see it in Winter Storm. I'm going to make a video about this. This is value I'm going to make a video about because I'm tired of seeing it. I saw it this past weekend when I was attacking 98, I think. I see it in Winter Storm all the time. I'm freaking tired of it, guys. We need to change the mentality. Stop using your third team. Anybody I see with third team on their wall is a freaking joke. If I'm sitting here at my level and as Dolphin and I barely put my third team on the wall, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? You got to stop losing 8,000 to us. When we tack you and we get 8,000, you don't know how much our eyes light up. We don't just light up. I can tell you this, guys. Listen, when we beat you and we get 8,000 kills, we don't just celebrate getting 8,000 kills. It also goes through our head, look at this dummy. Really? It's what are they doing? But honestly, it's probably not your fault. Nobody knows in the game, who advised you. A lot of times people are advising people and they're just listening to advice from just random people. If somebody tells you how to fight, okay, here's a tip. Here's my tip of the day. Here's my tip of the day for anybody at any level, whether you're a whale or a free to play. If somebody's giving you a tip on fighting or managing your wall or managing something, please look at how many kills they have. Please. If not, take that advice and run it through somebody in the top 10 in kills. Just run it through them and say, hey, I heard this. Should I be doing it? Do not just blindly listen to somebody who doesn't even have enough kills to give you that advice. It's crazy. It's just I don't know what to tell you. There's many people that might have a lot of knowledge on the game. But the one thing I can tell you is it's hard to accumulate is knowledge on killing without killing. It's like going to a friend who's a construction worker for legal advice. You need to go to somebody who actually knows law, not just somebody who's just sitting there. I don't know. Let me look on my phone and see what Google says if that guy has the right to walk on the sidewalk in front of your house. Huh? Hey, I think Google says that you can go out and punch that guy who's on the sidewalk and you're fine. That's what this says. That's what I have. Listen, you don't. There's some people that have to have some kind of experience for you to listen to them in that field. right? There's plenty of people who know how to do home construction work, who do their own plumbing, who do their different stuff or whatever. They're doing that on their own, right? Listen, if your non-plumber friend comes to your house and fixes your plumbing and you end up with a leak, guess whose fault that is? That's not the non-plumber friend's fault. That's your fault. You didn't call a plumber. That's like saying you're not giving any. You're saying that the experience an actual licensed plumber has does not count. They're dummies because they're a licensed plumber. Hey, now listen. Maybe some are. Maybe some aren't great people. And there's plenty of people in this game who are probably top of the killer that don't want to help you. But I'm just telling you, okay. You get the premise. Like, get somebody who has experience. They know they've killed. At our level, I can't tell you how many. I don't even know at this level like how many kills we freaking have. Like it's crazy. It's so many. We've spent so much time just endlessly killing because we love it. We know this. Where are our overall kills here? Individual kills. You got Deer, Hulk, Kane Corso, me, King, Undercover. Like any of these people, I would go to for kill advice. Look at them. Look at all these people. This is just crazy. Now, who I really would want to talk to is Kane Corso. That's who I would be looking at in mine. It's not even me. Kane Corso is doing it from a low spender level. Like, compare the total hero power to this kills of like the top here of the top 5, and he's sticking out. And Porta's a free-to-play player. He's at 43 million. These are the people that know how to kill, folks. These are the people that know what they're doing. They coincide with the advice. Not some random schlub who doesn't kill or just decided to kill. That's not who you're listening to, okay? But anyway, like, please, I will make a video about this. I need it to go to the masses. Share the video with your folks, please. And it's really that I can't have people having third team on their wall. So my advice to you, if you are a free-to-play and low spender, and I know it sounds, you may look at it and it sounds crazy, but this is my third team. If I were you and I had a third team, really, that would be my third team. Now you can't hurt yourself. You can't inadvertently hurt yourself. And honestly, you really should do that. You really should be doing that. So you just have so even if you accidentally leave your third on the wall, you're not losing troops. Even if you accidentally get mad and try to send out a third, you can't. Because all it is emotional. You're not going to do anything with that third. If your first couldn't beat the person, you shouldn't even send your second. Never mind your third. You shouldn't be sending your second. So don't go sending your third. When I'm in Winter Storm, somebody loses to me and they go, I know what I'll do. Now I'll send 3 teams at them. Yeah. Why? So I can smile? Like, why are you doing that? You're either on purpose wasting your troops. You're not helping your team. You're not helping yourself. And I can't tell you how fast, even myself, when we start having battles, if I'm fighting people that I'm close to, 73 million, 74 million, whatever they are, right? When they're real strong, if I start sending my 2 teams in there, I lose troops so quick. Like, when we're in the season, you'll see how I fight. Sometimes I'll send like a third team, and I'll send like my first, my second, and my third in there to do damage. I can't tell you how many more troops I lose on my third team and second team from my first. If I only fought with one team, I would conserve troops so much longer. So much longer doing that. So I would just say to you, think about it from that perspective. I keep talking about currency in the game. I keep talking about how important those hospital resources are for you, how important it is to expand your hospital when you're free to play low spender, because it's money. It's currency in the game. It's going to let you stay in battles longer. It's going to let you have better experiences in these fights. It's going to be cheaper for you to build because you're not wasting resources building troops, right? Because when you do moves like that, where you're just throwing out a third team, you're costing yourself troops. More troops are going to die, instantly die, not just go to your hospital. And those are troops that are costing you in currency money. You can carry those over to the next week instead. Like, don't just fight just to fight, right? I appreciate the concept. I love the attitude of it. Like, I love that. But there's a smart way to go about these things. You don't have somebody who's 10 million stronger than you and you're losing all your troops and then go, oh yeah, screw you. And then just bah, 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 bah. No, that's not smart. Listen, if you have that situation, okay, I'll tell you what you do. If you have somebody on a team that's picking on you, or you have somebody that you want to get at that's stronger than you know what you do? you get at the players on their team that you can beat. Because that's how you're going to get to them. Showing up in the corner over here, being a pest, being a jerk, over here showing up, popping on their screen that you're attacking their team is going to drive them nuts. They're going to want to get you. They're going to want to attack you. Now you flipped it. They just had you mad because you were beating them, you couldn't beat them. Then what did I just say to do? And now look, now they're mad. That's what you need to do. That's the entertaining part of it. That's the strategic part of it. You know what I mean? The like 2 IQ point way of doing it is just like, I just send Army straight. That's what I do. Army straight. No, think about it. Be smart, strategic. That's the fun of the game. You can still get at those strong people. You can get at the whales. You can get at the VIP 18s. Believe me, I can't tell you how much passion we used to have at 72 when we didn't have a whale. We didn't have a whale on our server, and we would fight servers that had whales. All 83 had Muse and Crash on there, and you guys might not know them, but they were VIP 18s, and they're incredibly strong, like they were whales, right? We took pride in going after that team because we would pop in and pop out. We would run around. We would be in kill event, and we would drive them crazy because they can get you. But when you're attacking with a friend, when you got 2 or 3 of you popping in, hitting the team, they can't be everywhere at once. Somebody's getting somebody. So believe me, and one thing about teams that have whales, they get very overconfident. I won't use my shield for a couple hours because my whale will protect me. Yeah, guess what? That's when you're going to do your damage. You're going to pop in there when they're not expecting it, right? And attack smart, attack stealth, attack like out of the blue, like, you speed around with the RSS squares, right? Like you move around with those resource squares. You just sit there, you pop on one of those, and then you pop and they're not expecting it. Hit it the last minute. Then be ready to move. Be smart about it. That whale's going to come find you, so be ready to move. But you're going to frustrate the hell out of them, especially when they're not your versus opponent, because they can't directly get at you and hunt you. So we've had people switch teams because they were so frustrated with us that they wanted to come hunt us. Because they were like, I can't take it anymore. I'm going to go find a way to get them. But look, now you've gotten into their head. You're like 20 million power, 30 million power difference, and somehow you've managed to get in their head. How is that not fun? That's fun. But if you do it strategically, if you just sit there and try to fight somebody that you can't beat, you're going to lose all your troops in the first 15 minutes. Kill event's over. And guess what? You gave the other team a crap ton of points. You didn't do anything for your team. I don't know if you think that's fun for you or you think you're doing something good, but you're not. You're frustrating your team. You're allowing the other team to get a boatload of points for no good. So that's what you need to do. That's how you need to fight. That's how you need to be strategic. And honestly, please, your third team, please just make it look like this. Just make it look one hero. It's not a dumb strategy. It's incredibly smart because you shouldn't be using it. Use it as a collector. It still works in Winter Storm. It still works in Desert Storm. Still works anywhere you are where you can collect on things that are empty that you can just go and take points from. It also works in the real game when you come back to reality and you want to put it out there for a collection, because if you forget it's out there and somebody can attack your square, they're not killing a complete team anymore. They're only killing one hero, and that's all you need to collect. That's all you need to collect out there. You don't need to collect anything else. Even if you're on an early server and you're in a lot of Civil War and you're trying to collect here and there on days for versus and people are being jerks, you're better off collecting with one hero. Why collect with a full team if they're going to hit you? Just let them get the one hero and only the kills off that one hero. That's what I would do. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyway, that's what I would do. Okay, so you stop doing the third squad, sticking with air, and keeping tank. Being free to play, I shouldn't have the complete heroes tech. I agree. Yep, we talked about that. What to buy in Glitter Market? Neff. Glitter Market is phenomenal. First of all, if you're a high spender, Valor's worth double over in the Glitter Market, so you can get double your value for Glitter Market Valor. That's a great place to buy Valor. I will say Glitter Market is purple boxes is my number one go-to usually in the Glitter Market. People say they don't get lucky with them. I get lucky with them all the time. Last time I opened them live on the air, I think I opened 36 boxes. I had 7 gold I ended up with. So for all those that say they don't get lucky with those boxes, I get it. You might have bad luck, whatever. Play your luck. Like, play your luck and do that. Boy, this game cannot put more things on the right side over here. I mean, they're out of room. They're out of room. They need to use the second column. Yeah, and by the way, can you make one of these our shortcut to our teleports so we can get them? Because that would be awesome. You have all these things built up here, and that would be the most useful thing. But yeah, Glitter Market. When we have Glitter Market, I have a video out there for Glitter Market. I will also do it coming up. You also have T11s you can do, you know, that you can have. So do T11 material and stuff. Highly, you know, good to do that. If you're a high spender, it's for value. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think what else is there. Chips, I know I do. I think there's something else that I do in Glitter Market. Valor's worth double. Can't think off the top of my head. But come back, Neff, when I'm doing Glitter Market and I go over it, or one of our lives that I think I have Glitter Market out there that we had a week. You'll see what I buy. And I also made a video I think for Glitter Market too. So hopefully that helps. You know, or find me on Discord, Neff, and send me a screenshot of it for me for the store, and I will show you exactly where you would do it. But I can tell you, those purple boxes, man, phenomenal. Without a doubt, the value. Those purple boxes are like my go-to for chips. So, never spend my UR chip material and skill medals, only to 20 for my temporary squad. Yeah, don't have any. If it's a temporary squad, it's temporary, Patty. By the way, welcome in, Patty. I wouldn't spend any of your chip material on your temporary squad. Like, why are you spending any chip material on that? Oh, you never spend my chip material and skill medal. Only, yeah, but then you say I never spend it, and then you say only to 20. Don't do only to 20. Why are you bothering doing that? It's a dead squad. Commit to your number one squad. Max that out. Go to your second squad and max that out. If you have extra, sure, just like exclusive weapons. Exclusive weapons become more of value here and there. Even if you're going to do third and use like a mixed squad, something like that. I guess like it's a lot to go from 20 to 30, and you got to weigh out like who you're pushing from 20 to 30 and what advantage are you getting from doing it. It's a hell of a commitment because it's 1,700 medals. It's over that. I forgot the exact amount, 1,753, well, whatever it is. It's from 20 to from 0 to 20 is only 1,000. And then from 20 to 30 is like 1,700. So basically you can take two. By the time you take somebody from 20 to 30, you could take two other heroes from 0 to 20. Like, that's incredible value when you think about it, because you're getting 1 million bump. From going 0 to 20, you get a 1 million bump. From going 20 to 30, you only get like a 500,000. So it's double the expense and only half the power gain. So also realize that. So, you know, even for exclusives, it's definitely something you should think about. Is it worth leveling up 1 to 2 heroes from air missile, even if your T1 is tank? Is it worth leveling up 1 to 2 heroes from air and missile, even if you're leveling up? When you say leveling up, what do you mean leveling up? You're like, are you early in the game? Are you talking stars? So even if they were on my third team, I'll tell you that too. People that are early in this game, it's still worth getting your heroes to 5 stars. Always. The shards, you're better, like the value goes through the roof when you talk about getting a hero. Like if missile is your third team, you're like, I'm not going to use missile. It's still worth it to clear up Tesla and Swift if you have them and push them to 5 stars. The value it's all about return of investment and value. And so if you ever wanted to do mixed squad in the future or something like that, you're going to get way more value from a team push of what they are than using them on like your wall. You'll be able to use them on your wall anyway after you get them 5 stars. You're playing a long time and get a crap ton of shards over the long period of time. So you worry about team 1, worry about team 2, and then at least pick them up 5 stars. It's worth it for whatever UR hero you have. And then that's it. Like you don't need to push anything else. Is like you have too many resources to use on team 1, especially skill points. You have a boat. You need to max out your team 1 for skill points. UR shards, like the skill chip shards Yeah, you don't get enough of those in this game. I know some people have said like the game gives you plenty of free skill chip shards. They don't, and skill chip are incredible place to put investment in. Like as far as like even like free to play, if you're looking to spend those one chips, your team one. Don't spread around. Push that team one. Oh my god, so much value, so much value on raising those chips up. Okay, now we got some diagram. Oh, so you were saying, is it worth leveling up 1 to 2 heroes from air missile, even if your T1 is tank? I like Lucius DVA and Adam Swift for running 4+1. I don't know what. There's a lot that goes into answering that question, Frogman. By the way, welcome in, Frogmany. So there's I love the names. I just get a kick out of names. There's a lot that goes into answering that question. I need to know what your spend level is. I need to know exactly what you're leveling up 1 to 2 heroes. Like, what are you leveling up? Is it exclusive? Is it whatever? So just clarify that a little bit, and then I think I can answer it better. And your pay and your where you are from a like average pay perspective. All right, Posh. All right, what do you got? What are we doing? We're going to whale the dolphin. Okay, then we go dolphin the seal. Then we go seal to what is this? Fish. And then what is that, a caterpillar? I don't know what you got going on there, but I like it. It's good stuff. Welcome in, by the way, Poe. I'm a light spender. What would you suggest buying about to start season 2? I would say if you're a light spender, save your money for your season. Get to season pass. Get to season pass and then decide if you need the weekly. The weekly is going to give you the extra pump. Do you really need the weekly? I mean, some people like enjoy it. They move faster in there for their levels. They're going to move their buildings faster. But listen, you're on a budget. We talked about this going into season 5 that you're better off doing the the season pass than the whole season pass than doing the actual necessarily the weekly every week. And most people only use the weekly for like the first 5-6 weeks that are even like low spenders. So if you're a light spender, I would save the money. Don't spend it on anything going into season 2 and save it for the season. Yeah, I mean, light spender, you're also, if you're going to spend any money, it's going to be unlock your exclusive weapons when you get in there. Save your money to unlock them. Unlock your exclusive weapons for season 2. That's where I would say going into a season. That's where I would spend it as a light spender. Just go with it. Go within your means. Go within your means. No need to bust your budget and go crazy. Just enjoy the season. Enjoy the game. It's your entertainment, right? No need to be uncomfortable with it. Just stay within your range. Never go past your budget. Never. It's your entertainment budget. It's no different if you have cable, if you have anything else. This is what you find and do for entertainment. So just stay within your budget and it's fine. You can play this game no matter what you do. Hey, QB, my first team is tanks. I am free to play season 3. Starts on Monday. I have Kim exclusive weapon 20 and Murphy level 16. Okay. Currently pushing Murphy to 20. Smart. But after that, is it worth pushing Kim 30 or save for Marshall to 20? Where are you? Your season 3 starts. Push Marshall to 20. Push Marshall to 20. It's always better to push your main to 20 before you start pushing your heroes to 30. So you can, after you get Marshall to 20, then push Kim. But get the bump that you're going to get for the 7.5% at 20 is just worth saving for. So get Marshall to 20. Hey Bailey, there's the hands. There's the Bailey. Welcome in. Welcome in, Bailey. Good to have you. This game is the definition of scam. I love it. Yusuf, I love it. It's funny, I see this on YouTube too, and I talked about this on Discord. The people, it's so important for people, like why Yusuf is on here watching this. This game's a scam, and you're spending time watching this, and you're spending your entertainment budget. Like, think about if you're somebody like Yusuf. I'm going to spend time going on Discord. I'm so upset. I'm going to spend time writing to developers, writing on Discord, writing on YouTube, right? Like, if you went to the movies and you spent money on a movie and it sucked, right? And it was horrible. You just walk out of there. Like, why sit and put yourself through any more torture? The movie would be out of my mind. I would never give it any more money. I wouldn't give it any more time. Somebody asks me about it, I would tell them, "Oh yeah, I saw it. Sucked. Brutal. It was brutal." I really wouldn't give another ounce of my life to the movie, nor the game. There are a million apps out there to play. There's a million things. You can hit an uninstall button and the game goes away. If you're, you know what I mean? Like, it's that quick from an entertainment perspective. This is entertainment. If you think it's a scam and you've spent money, you put money in your entertainment, right? It should be within your entertainment budget. If you've gone past your budget and you gave this game too much money for some reason, go find a mirror and be mad at yourself because you spent too much money in your entertainment budget, and that's on you as a responsibility. Not everybody else's problem that you did something. People are here because they have entertainment and they enjoy the game and they find it as kind of like just a quick like vent out to play an app and play a game. 98% of the people are low spending or you know, they're giving $5 here or whatever. They're not spending $100 budget on the game. They're just not. And if you are and you shouldn't, then don't. Like, you know, you don't have to do that. There's plenty of people that are talking to us that enjoy this game at whatever level they are and playing it. I find it comical. So Yusuf, I think you need a hug, but that's just me. I think it'll be alright. I usually just get the free glitter coins and save up for mythic. Should I swap to the skill? No. Stick, Bailey. Stick for mythics. You're fine. Stay with your mythics. It takes so long to get a full red team. I can't tell you how long. Anytime you can get gear or get mythics, you just push towards that. It just takes the gear. Gear is like number one every battle report you look at when you're playing. It makes such a difference in these battles that if you get the opportunity to get gear or get red gear and whatever, and that's why I say, guys, don't even get this is all distraction. In here in this honor store, I said this before too. Like, when I see people use these emojis, it almost makes me want to shed a tear. Like, really, like, you could see it anytime you see this on your chat and any of your things go up, a tear just rolled down QB's cheek because it's such a horrible spend. It's a distraction from developing. What did I just say? Everything in this game is worth currency. It's worth money, right? So when you have the opportunity to get something of value and you choose to get something that has no value, granted, it's entertainment. I will say, like, if this thing's thrilling you, you better be using that like every other friggin' minute and getting it, because the value for 100,000 that you can do by just getting, you know, like your gear blueprints, which is 60,000, or these gear blueprints. Like, I still have not gotten all my free blueprints, and I'm filling out my third team. I never get distracted in this honor store. I stay the course. I'm like a freaking laser focused when I'm using matter of fact, I have 12,000 right now. I'm almost out. I've got 4 more. So I am laser focused on honor points. And it's not skill chip, Chaz. The value is in your gear blueprints and your mythic prints. Continue that course from day 1 to day whatever until you complete all your teams. Just keep getting your gear. Please, just keep pushing that gear on your teams. That's what you need to do. All right, you sit there. Frog, I know, man. It's all good. It's all good. Some people just need to... I told you, Frog, you need a hug. Send him a hug. I want to get the reward, too, to keep up, satisfy with it. Get the core member season reward. So I save up from season 1, make the switch on season 2. Patty, was this from... Oh, okay, yeah, you're in... This is your original question? I strategize my switch, though, never spend my UR chip and skill medal, only to 20 for my temporary squad. To keep up, satisfied with it, get the core member season reward. Yep. Save up from season 1, make the switch on season 2. Again, I don't know, Patty. I really wouldn't switch. I wouldn't be switching. I don't like it. If you're talking about switching teams. I'm trying to find your comment here. Let's see. I only see your comment about your. I don't know, Patty. I apologize. I don't know. I don't know where you were with that. So I save up for season 1 and make the switch in season 2. Are you talking about save? You're saving up. You're saving up what in season 1? Your season rewards and making the switch. Making the switch for what? Listen, Patty. Straighten me out on you because I just need to know what you're talking about. All right. JR, welcome in, JR. I've seen you before. Happy to have you in. How important? Go ahead, Patty. Straighten out, and I'll go right to you if you straighten me out at the bottom. How important at the stage of the game you're at is the counter squads? I see you a lot in 3v3. Go missile versus missile. Okay, great point. So I do. So the reason why I do that is because a lot of times we overthink it. Like we've gone too far in our thinking. So when you're fighting, right, you really need to look at the team you're fighting. So when you look at the stronger teams that you're fighting, you still need to go counter. So like if I'm fighting, here, I'll do a fight right now. So if I'm fighting, all right, so if I'm fighting Blackhawk, Blackhawk's pretty strong, right? I know Blackhawk has very strong teams. He's high up. In order to beat him 3v3, my best chance is to do a counter. I have to do, I can't do my 3. I don't, let's see. So you have to line it up to see. Sometimes it's better to do counters. In 3v3 for most people, I'm a Dolphin. Most people, when you look at 3v3, you want to win 2 battles. Remember that. Don't win 3 battles. You want to win 2 battles. That's your goal. Your goal is to win 2 because oftentimes if you put yourself out on a limb and you try to win 3, you're going to lose and you're only going to get 1. And if you lose the battle, you're going to lose a crap ton of progress and points. So the thing is to secure 100% of the time that you can win 2 battles. That's it. Take your win. Move forward. You don't have to win 3. It's very hard to win 3 on top of it. So you're trying to win 2, right? So a lot of times that's your counter. When you get stronger, you can beat teams head on across the way. So if you look at me right now, my air beats his air. My missile beats his missile. No problem. My problem with his is tank, right? So I need to see if my tank, and as you can see, his missile is 53.9. So that means I cannot do head to head with him. I'm probably going to lose with my tank. So I throw my gorilla on tank, and it's better for me to do this and do a counter for him. So I'm going to do a straight counter on him altogether, okay? So I'm going to fight and see how I do, and I win 3v3 because I do it. Now, this plays out differently as we move forward. Let me find one where it works, and it's a cross. Okay, Gorscore is somebody. Now, this is somebody I look at, way stronger than me. The only way I'm going to win this, I'm going for 2 out of 3. I cannot beat Gorscore, who is 20 million more power than me. 20 million overall more power than me. I cannot beat him if I try to do 3 on, try to take all 3 from him. It's never going to happen. So I cannot go against his missile with my missile and my air against his air because as you can see, it's stronger than me here. I can't make up this going head to head. So I put my gorilla on my air. I take my chances that I'm going to be able. My tank is strong enough to beat. Oh no, okay. So this is different. So let me see. So this he switched it. He switched this around. So he put, and this is another important thing. Don't automatically assume what people had before they have now. He's pulling a switcheroo here. He put his gorilla on his air. His gorilla used to be on his tank. So now I'm going to put my gorilla on my here and beat him in 76. And now I'm going to take my chances 67 over his tank. And then I got him 2 out of 3. And he's 20 million more power than me. So I was able to take him out. I'm going to try one more because it's not working out to give you the example that you want. Oh, okay. This might be one. All right. So again, if I battle this person, and if I look at a counter for him right now. So if I do the counter, which is tank versus missile, and I go missile versus air, and air versus here. Even if I throw my tank here, his missile is going to be too strong for me. His missile because I don't have enough gear. This right here is going to have me lose guaranteed because I know his missile is so strong. So because I know his missile is so strong, everybody has a weak team. What did we talk about at the beginning of this, of talking about this live? Third team. Everybody suffers from a third team. So even in 3v3, people likely suffer from a third team. His tank, I'm going to guess, is weaker because he's trying to split out here to help his tank squad. So I got a better chance, and he may have mixed things up, but I got a better chance of going head on with him of straight tank versus tank because I know my missile will beat his missile, my air will beat his air. Tight fight because he threw his gorilla here, but I'm going to take my chance. I think I can beat him. I think I'm going to beat him. Yeah. And now you look at the breakdown of the report. Why did I win this battle? Look at what his team is over here for me. This was a setup, right? Or over here. He's on the right. Look at all the gear. See this gear breakdown? Look how strong he is. My tank, I'll go and show you what my tank is. My tank fighting right here, look at my gear. I couldn't have beaten his gear advantage on missile. He had all reds. He would have easily beaten me here. I can't beat that. The reason why I beat him here is because he's trying to be a 3-2, which decreases his value of the buff when he goes 3-2 here, right, in 3v3. So that allows really my tank squad that even has weaker gear overall than him, it allows me to still beat him here. But if I went and just did straight counters, I would have lost this. I would have lost this battle because his missile had all of this gear on it. So you have to know, like, the other person and have fought him previously, which 3v3 lasts 2 weeks. So you should know, for the most part, where people are stacking their gear, who they are, how they are, like, strategically, when you're fighting mostly the same people every week. So that's when I do straight 3v3 against one another versus doing it on counter and how you take it. So I hope that helps for the question. All right, Bailey, I saw yours. Let me come down because I said I was straight up. Patty, skill metal plus UR chip material. Yep. Oh, that's right. Yeah, now I remember. Okay, exclusive shard, not touching my temporary squad. Okay, yep. My tank was my temporary. I saved 3 million skill metal and what 3 million? What are you saving 3 million skill metal? Use them. Are you maxed them out already? And you're waiting for the exclusives? That's what you're doing? Because that's crazy. I saved that's hoarding. Well, I like the 1,000 exclusive shards. That's smart. 3 million skill metal. I get it. If you're looking at using the exclusive and you're gonna up it if you go like to 35 and stuff because it's so expensive. But Jesus, you're not gonna be able to. You're not gonna be able to lift the skill level up on like 3 million. Like holy crap, Patty. Like, make sure all your team 1 and your team 2 is maxed out. And then worry about the skills. Wow. That's a lot of metals, man. That's saving. Some of you save some stuff, man. I see some inventories, and I'm like, holy crap. How important at the stage of the game, your counter squads? Yep, got you. Do you think the turkey skin is worth it? No. I mean, the turkey skin first of all, have you seen the turkey skin? Like, turkey skin worth it. The turkey skin, okay, so I get your question, though, your premise. I'm just having fun with you. Like, the turkey skin is a piece of garbage, like, to look at. And they did do a great job for the Season 5 of making it better to try to get people to buy it, because I'm sure people didn't buy it. It's the last thing I bought for a skin, because I couldn't stand looking at it. So is it worth it? It's not worth it. I mean, I don't know what kind of... Again, we go into budget, right? Entertainment budget. That's the real answer. I don't know where your budget is. Is it worth it? It's $400. So is a skin worth $400? No. Especially not if it's in your budget and you can't play an event where you can like score a bunch of tickets and get lucky like Bailey where you get 1,000 tickets. So no, it's not worth $400. So for this message to, 90% of the people that play Last War, I don't care what the game is going to give you for rewards for using it in a season. It's not worth $400 return on investment. No, not a chance. Not a chance. That's incredible amount of money to spend in the game. When you look at what you can get for $400 over time, think about how much you can get for $400 for battle passes, right? If you spread that money out over time, if I put that big chunk of change in front of you and showed you what you get in battle passes for $400, you'd be like, oh my God, no brainer. I'm choosing that. Right. But because we're impatient, we look at it, we do this. So if you are like a low spender or mid spender, man, it's even hard for me to recommend this dumb thing for um, a light high spender. There's so many. Even I get the season buff, but I only say that for a light high spender because there's so many better skins. Like it's entertainment. What you have to realize is this turkey. I don't care if it's a season 5 one or not. You're gonna throw it in the trash. Like you're not gonna use it. So like you're giving the game $400 for the 5% stock hero hit point and attack, but $400 for that, I can spend that money for you in a lot better places to gain a lot more stuff. Um, even in the event, I bet you're talking about $400. I bet if we split that across 2 events, I can get you the 5K deco, both events, for close to that money. Close. Because we say without winning tickets in the events, it costs what, $400 or $500 to get a skin. The deco I think is like 700 tickets to get 10K. So I can get or 5K. So I can probably get you like 7K deco for that same amount of money. So I'd rather have the deco. So no, and the skin is just like, again, you're never going to use it outside of the season. So unless you are a high spender, no, I would not buy it. Now, whether it's worth it in season, let's talk about realistic. You have it, and let's throw out value out of the equation. I know it gives you like a 2%. It gives you like a 2% on the bank, I think. Advantage is what they say, right? Where's the season boost? So the turkey, you gain an extra reward slot when plundering a supply truck. Hard to know if that's a value until I play the actual game to give you real insight on that. You're plundering an extra 2%. I don't know. 2% profit? I don't know. Does that sound like it's worth $400 to you? I go back to value because it just is. Like, I don't know. If you don't have the money, just spend it other place. I just don't see it as season 5 is going to be 8 weeks of your life. And you can just, if you're going to get a freaking skin, get one that looks cool. Especially if you don't have the ghost one, by the way. I forbid you from buying that if you have not gotten the Ghost Rider. Oh, 100% you need to get the Ghost Rider. I can rank you. I can tell you right now what I would buy. So I love Ghost Rider. Early on, I used helicopter a lot when I was battling because it made me feel like I had a battle copter. So I used that a lot early on. I don't use it as much anymore, to be honest with you. For me, I think my second favorite. This is a tough one for me because I do like the Ivory Waven Castle Dragon. Dragon was always my favorite because Dragon is just freaking cool. Okay, so I had this for so long, it was my favorite. I gotta admit, when they came out with the Icy Dragon, I don't know, pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie, like it's pretty badass. Like the way it just takes off. Yeah, it like flies around and stuff. Like I don't know, it's pretty freaking cool, man. I like it. I think they did a great job with this. And like to up a dragon, you have to have a better dragon. And for me, I think I like the Icy Dragon better. Okay, so that's probably my second. I'm gonna remove the dragon to say one dragon in this battle for best because obviously dragons are like one of my favorites. Period. And this is kind of reminisce on what I used to have. One of my first skins. I do love the Easter egg hunter one. The bunny makes me laugh, and I like how he spins completely around. And it's kind of funny when I'm in the middle of an alliance and I'm beating him, and he does this and whatever. So I do like this. I will also say I know a lot of people are mad at me right now because I didn't pick the DJ Cat. It's really I know it's a big female thing out there. They think it's cute. The cat's cute, and then you attack it and it starts DJing. I do. I think it's a big female thing. I get it. It's cool. I will say, like, I'm not, it is cool for you, and also you cat lovers out there, that it sits there and goes, I don't know. Other than that, then you start getting into what's more value. Is it the, I don't know, the Silver Claw Fighter or the this one that they got you, the Doctor? I think this one's way more creative, so I got to give it to this because it's just way more creative. It does more things. It's got like a series of things that it goes through. Honestly, like if you got the card, like it just bounces around a little bit and then it goes back to the same thing. I don't know. The Silver Claw doesn't get me. I don't really think much of it. So anyway, that would have this. This has grown. This has gotten to the top of my list. By the way, my favorite skin overall. It has made it to the top of my list. I love it. I think it's so cool. I do love the whole. I do love series of it. I think it's just badass, badass. So yeah, take it for what it's worth. That's just one man's silly opinion. There's a million of you. It's all for taste entertainment. So you like it, you like it. One thing I can guarantee you, you're not going to like the freaking turkey. You're not going to use it. I don't care. That's universal. We all are in the same place. Nobody looks at that turkey and they're like, holy crap, I got to have that. No. How long is the off season between season 4 and season 5? Man, Poe, an eternity. It's an absolute eternity. Where it is, what it gives you the advantage of, no, it's going to be a long friggin' time, like months. We had two, and I don't know that's going to be for everybody, by the way. They may shorten your off season because they might be. Don't forget, we're early season, right? So we're in the same with like we're basically starters. Like 3 through 69 gets it 2 weeks before us. But this season, they just got to sit there and develop seasons before they can give them to us. Once they have the season developed and it works out, they can rinse and repeat all the way down the line for other servers. So they could change the schedule at any time and not have that bit as big of a buff for you. But for us, they gave us two Warzone duels, multiple. I'll tell you how long it is. I can tell you how long it is. We've been on YouTube right now for 3 months, and we came on YouTube once. Once we started having the videos of when it kicked off was the videos of me upgrading with all the stuff that I saved. So the off season is it's over 3 months long. That's how long it is. It's an eternity, I'm telling you. But it gives you what it does take the opportunity to do is save your universal exclusive shards. It gives you an opportunity to go into season 5 with a lot of universal shards for your exclusive. Because don't forget, that's money, currency. Here we go again. It goes into money, but like during the season, it costs you, like $300 to get to unlock the exclusive and get all the goods to get you to like level 13 or 14, whatever it is. That's like $300-400. So for every 1,000 shards you bring into the season, it saves you $400. So if you can save yourself, 1,000 shards, or 2,000 shards is even better. You can unlock 2 weapons for up to level 20. You can get your first team and your second team done, and then you don't even have to spend. You're good. So it does give you the opportunity to do that and save all your shards and go that route instead of pushing people to 30. Save them for the season. I'd recommend that. Gives you the advantage in the season and gets them up. But yeah, it's an eternity, man. You're welcome, Ali. My main is missile 69 million and full exclusive weapon. My third team is tanks, exclusive weapon level 10. Should I push extra exclusive weapons of missiles, or better to invest in tanks exclusive weapon level 20? Your main is 69, so you are a spender. Oh, is this Seguro? Is this Segura? Who is this Surge? Surge over here. All right, so 69 million is incredibly strong. So you're strong. You're a spender because that's really good, really good. And you got full exclusive weapon on missiles, so that's 30. Wow, that's really good. Missile third team is tanks. I don't know what your air is though. Where is your air? Are you full exclusive weapon in regards to like missile and air? So I'm going to answer your question in 2 ways. You're a spender. So you should have your tank. You're eventually going to use your tanks. You're going to get the third team. So push your exclusives to 20. You can also, as a spender, use mix squad more. So you're going to want your tank to be able to use mix squad. So especially like Marshall, for you, your missiles. I want you to mix Marshall in with stronger missile squads. You're going to love it. And your targeting that Marshall has is so friggin' valuable. So 100% you should be pushing your tank, even if you don't have your second team to 30 yet, you should be pushing your tank to 20. Yes. And even your missile, what I would do right now for you, even your first team of value, I would push missile to 20, air to 20, tank to 20, come back, missile full, air full, tank full. That's how I would do it as priority for you. Because you want your air to be super strong, but you also, as you go forward, the tank adds value to 20. So I would be going, now that you have 30, it would be 30, 20, 20, air 30, tank 30. But get the bonuses from all your tank folks. So that's how I would spend my weapons. That's how I did spend my weapons, actually. You're carbon copy of what I did. So yeah, that's what you should be doing. It's best. What server are you on? We are on server 71. Server 71 is what we are. Been all over though. Regional server 72 went to 87, went to 88. Now I'm on 71. Yeah, good stuff. Hulk, I'm on 71 because I've been summoned by my man Hulk. He wanted to he's interested in working together. We tried for a couple seasons, and that's why I dropped. Hulk originally, actually what's funny is Hulk came here. I don't know if you guys know at this point who Hulk is, but Hulk is like one of the strongest people in the game, so I just put it up. He's on our team. He's right here. Ridiculous power. So he actually tried to work it out for me. His original server was 78. We tried to work it out back in season 2 because he wanted me to go to his server of 78. I was a gold. It didn't work out. He didn't have a spot to be able to go. So he ended up, because he couldn't get us and he couldn't get anybody of satisfaction to 78, he ended up coming to 71. So that put us on 87 at that time. Then tried to recruit. I was going to move over to 71. He wanted me to go in season 3 migration. And I couldn't do it because I was a gold and they didn't get a gold spot. So they didn't have a gold spot on 71. So I was stuck. I moved to 88. I would have stayed with 88. Loved 88 people, by the way. Shout out to Eyes while I'm doing this, by the way. Love my 88 Eyes folks. They were amazing people. Great server to transfer to for anybody who's going to transfer. But my ultimate goal originally was to make the deal with Hulk to go wherever Hulk was. And, awesome. So I had to drop from a gold seat to a purple seat, which I did in the off season from season 3 through the beginning of season 4. I dropped it all the way through season 4 and then got myself to 71. So that is my story. I ended up hooking up now with Hulkman, and it's been awesome. Great experience. As expected, like just teaming up with Hulk, team up with everybody on 71. Really, like everybody has been incredibly welcoming, friendly, awesome. I know these guys. I fought this server back when I was in 72, and we've been fighting forever. I have like screenshots of me talking trash to Crazy Deerfly when Crazy Deerfly is only like a 26 or a 28. Believe that nonsense. He's only like a 26, 28. Wasn't even the deer that we know today. Talk trash to all those FS4 guys to the point that I don't know, we just kind of earned respect for one another, like through fighting and war and talking trash and everything else. We just respected each other. Like after time, I talked to so many people on the FS4 team for so long. We had an alliance at one time with 72. King has come and supported 72 in server wars to help us out. Just so many good people like that I've gone to battle with and I supported, and I don't know. TGO, I've talked with forever too, who's the president. So it just worked out. It just made sense. So here we are. And we probably aren't leaving. I mean, honestly, like Hulk's here. I'm here the whole point. And I've gotten so strong. At this point, I've gone up like 50 million total hero power since I've been here. Because I came over at like 204 million because I saved to get to a purple chair. Since increasing, I've gone up like 50 million total hero power in 3 months. Oh, I doubt I'm really going to be able to go anywhere anyway. I'm a gold chair. But I don't want to go. This is I don't really. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave the team. FSX has been phenomenal to me. Server's been great to me. And that's all you can ask for. Like, great server, great people, right? So, can we just appreciate how QB goes back and reads each chat? I do. Thank you, Billy. I do. I don't know. Call me crazy. I'm sure it takes me forever sometimes to get through these things, but I value all you guys. You want to hang out and you want to chat, and I don't know. Your questions and comments are valued to me. So, yeah, I do. Thank you, Bailey. I do. I hope it doesn't annoy you sometimes, but it takes me a while to get through everybody. Okay. Let's see. 4 seasons in and still no base skin because I spent all season points on mythic prints. Okay. Man Cub, I got no problem with that. I have no problem with that, honestly. Mythic prints are hard to get. And the other thing that bothers me in the season store, to be honest with you, with the skins, is that they only give you a 3%. Like the skins that are actually of value from the events, you always get a 5% buff from being a stock bonus. The skins, by the way, never buy the pyramid. Here's a good time to tell you about that. Season store, don't ever buy pyramid. Just stay away from it. Because there's no in-stock bonus from it. So choose anything else. Don't choose a pyramid. I understand it's only 1,000 to 1,500, but if you have it, just save and wait to the next season. If you want a skin so bad, don't pick that one. That's all. You have to get stuck using the pyramid to gain the value from it. But you have to use it and could never change ever. Because there's no in-stock bonus. So just save. Just do yourself a favor. Don't get it safe. But there's only a 3% in-stock bonus for the season ones. So although you think they're cool and whatever, it's only 3%. It's not 5%. You're not getting the same value. Although it's free. You're not getting the same value. You're looking at it. But listen, entertainment value. It's certainly powerful. It's great to lift your base up from a power perspective. From getting the skin, you're probably going to get like 0.16, which is probably more, than those prints are probably going to give you. I have to look at what the prints give you. But at the end of the day, the reason why I value prints so much in this channel, and I always talk about it, is because gear is so important, and it takes you. I have multiple ways for it. Before this was a easier conversation to have. Because you had multiple ways to get skins. Like, you could get seasons. There's going to be multiple seasons. There's going to be, you could get lucky in the events to do it. Who knows what the game does as we move forward? Will they discount some of these older ones that people are no longer buying? I don't know how it's going to work. Right now, there is no discount, by the way. I am in all the way 71. They still have the same price for all the skins as you move forward. But you need 20 sets of freaking red prints, guys. 20. To red your team out to get the same advantage everybody else has. It is going to, for free to play. I have free to play on this server right now. I can tell you there still are not 700 days into this game. People are not red printed out for free to play. Not even close. Not even close. You'll get enough actual prints, but you're not going to get enough red prints. They are gold. They're just hard to get. So that's why for me, I'm like, any chance a free to play player can get red prints. Accumulate them, push your team, you want to red out your team. You're going to have plenty of chances eventually to get skins or get different things to these honor store, because I'm sure we're going to have season 6, season 7, season 8, season 9, season 10. It'll never end. But these red prints, you have to red out your team because it's so much value in your battle reports. It's like the strongest thing to have in the game for when you can, push your gear out. So I don't mind the going with the skin for your own value, but I don't like it because it's less value than an event skin, and I rather have your prints if I can choose for. But I get it. I certainly get choosing it. So give your life. Welcome in, Lucas. Welcome in. And welcome in, Katie. I didn't even say welcome in. I always should be doing that. Straight up. Oh, we're talking straight up 660? I didn't realize. I thought all right. Before we were bullcrapping each other, but you want to go straight up. We're going to straight up. Low spender. And you're at about 65% on SF research. Okay. Like it. Okay. Thinking to push for T10 or gradually get there and focus spending on events with drone comps and chips. Listen. If you listen to this, if you listen to our live or you listen in on anything else we do, my way of doing special forces is to go slow. Especially from a low spender, I will tell you, and you can look in comments. A lot of people will say that they follow the strategy and they love it. They love going slow and they end up being a strong, like headquarters 29, and they love it and blah, blah, blah. There is no rush. There is no rush to T10. There is too much value to have in special forces. You will get there eventually. If you wait and get there responsibly, you will build better, you will save better, you will get your RSS, you will develop all around better. If I can go and do this game again, I would 100%, even as a high spender, take a slower approach to special forces. Even as a high spender, 100% would. I would be more patient in a lot of things in this game that other people have chosen to do, and that's why people use their money more wisely, and that's why they're stronger when they get to the same places we are deeper in this game, because they're listening to these videos, and not just mine, I mean other people's videos. I'm just saying mine, but I'm saying like they listen to the videos and knowledge that are being passed from them from these older servers, and they spend smarter. They know and wiser how to stretch out their money in this game. And that's why they're getting to be stronger faster. So I would say if I could do this all over again, there straight up, other than ego and watching other people do it and losing a battle here to there is zero reason to push this faster to get plus 1 million. You're going to get a 1 million advantage across your teams. You're going to get it either now or you're going to get it if you wait and do it. Same thing. You're going to be way more comfortable in this game. You're all going to get, when you look at how this game works in parallel lines, you're going to get to the same spot. If somebody rushes and gets it, or you wait and get it, you will both have it. You're just going to have it at different parts of the game. It's not like you're not going to, if they're going to run and get it and this is your one chance to get it. You will get it no matter what. It's just a matter of what are you going to look like when you when you complete your T10s, and what do they look like? And whether they're a spender to make up for it, as a low spender, you're going to be happier in your base. You're going to be happier with your development. You're going to be less stressed out and enjoy your game more if you wait to get your T10s. And since this is an entertainment game we're playing, take the route I just said because you're going to enjoy it more. So that's what I would say. And if you're going to spend, events, drone comps, skill chips. Think about it. When you rush to get T10s, you have to use your money, your low spender money for resources probably, even though they don't tell you that and they try to keep it a secret like, no, I got it for free. Yeah, no. They probably spent and they don't want to tell you. But I can tell you that you're way better off using money on other places than using it on resources. Resources is a freaking waste of money. Even in your entertainment, I'm telling you, don't piss your money away on that. Please, if you're spending on resource, it is a waste. The only time it is okay to spend for resources to me are two places. Is in the weekly, like if you choose resources in your custom weekly pass, if one of the things you pick is the resource box, yeah, sure, but look at all the other things you're getting to pick. You're not just straight up spending on resources, but yeah, sure, there's value in that. And in the mobilization event, which we happen to have this week, is definitely of value to do the mobilization event. So I will say, like, because it gives you the $100 and all that. So yeah. Anyway, that's the only places in the total mobilization when they give you this, the free RSS goes along with paying for it. Otherwise, just stay away. There's other ways to get resources, but don't pay money for straight resources. You lose. You lose in that exchange. And then you'll make whoever that was earlier that was all pissed off at this game, you'll make them right. Like, the game's just getting money. So, there you go. There you go. Level my tick. All right. Let's see. Let's get through some more of these questions. I'll try to pick up the pace here. Skill metal and UR chip materials. Yes, I talked to you. I fast forward to you, Patty. Level my tank to 20 to keep up with the season. Level your tank to 20 to keep up with the season. I like it. Yes, use that. Use. I know that's why you were saving. That's what you're talking. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Smart save there. Okay, Billy JR, you're welcome. You switched the missile on season 2. Patty, I hope you are. I don't remember, but if you're switching the missile, I hope you are a spender because otherwise your teams are going to fall behind. Missiles should just be for spenders, and really it's not. It's just because the other teams fall behind, like we talked about earlier already. I don't want to retouch on that conversation, but hey J Clue, sound like a DJ. Hello from 782, new subscriber. Love the energy. Keep it up. Okay, love you. Love your energy back to me. Big fan. Thanks for coming in. Hope to see you around more. Mason coming in. Welcome back, Mason. Always good to have you. If they really want a skin, it would be better to just pick something they like. Agreed, David. Agreed. Season 5 is a cool shooting effect. I do agree, Chris. The developers did a great job by taking a crap skin and they definitely made it better. They did a cool effect with the guns and everything else. So I did like that. I do agree with you. But is it worth $400? No. And if they took away that gun and they went back to the crappy turkey, are you going to use it? No. So, I mean, you also got to be realistic on if you're invested in a skin, what it is. But the developers, 100%, because I love giving credit to the developers on the stuff that they do well, because Lord knows, everybody craps on them and says what a terrible job they're doing, blah, 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 and all this stuff. Great job in developing that skin. I like it. I think they did great work there. So, all right. Let's see. What do we got? Season 5, let's see. I like on except the turkey. David, I would agree. Let me see if I agree with you. Do I like all of them? The mushroom base is crap. Like, I don't know. I don't even like using it for the effects, but okay. I mean, at least if you're comparing it to the turkey, it's night and day. You're right about that. They can do an upgrade on the pumpkin. They could use a little different effects, but you know. But yeah, I mean, listen. Overall, the turkey stands out like a sore thumb as like somebody's like 4-year-old designed the skin. I mean, not to mention, not all country. This is a worldwide game, and you made a Thanksgiving specific skin for foreign people who don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. So can we not forget that other countries play the game? I mean, crap. Like, I don't know why we're just pandering only the U.S. Like, you didn't have to create just a Thanksgiving skin to begin with. Whatever. But then again, I guess some countries aren't celebrating a lot of the holidays that we're playing in this game. If they really want to, I have the Ghost Rider, but I like the Easter Bunny and the Dragon better than the Turkey. I was wondering if the Season 5 boost was worth it. Thank you. I have the Ice Dragon as well. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. As soon as I know, as soon as I'm able to experiment with it and I get on that train and I start plundering people's trains and taking everybody's crap, because I can't wait to do that. You already know. There is going to be some plundering going on around here. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Is there going to be plundering? Man, there's going to be a lot of trouble stirred up in Season 5. I can promise you that. There will be war. And as they say, there will be blood. The cat very cute, but a puppy would be cuter. Yeah, Bailey, puppy. Write the developers. We want a puppy. We want a puppy. Charlie Nag. Wow, Charlie Nagy. What an honor. What an honor to have you in. Good coming. Thank Charlie for being here. Axel, I'd rather have the pumpkin than the turkey. Okay. I guess that's a fair comment. I would agree with you. Axel, let's see what you got. Me too. I was just wondering if the boost for Season 5 is worth it. And I guarantee I will make a video, I promise you, for the boost for the turkey, is it worth it, and all that stuff. I'm going to break down Season 5, bit by bit for you as we go through it. I'll have plenty of lives and everything else, so we'll go through all that stuff. Sometimes I'd rather do the lives, by the way, and breaking down this stuff than just the videos. I know sometimes the masses get the videos more, but I don't know. It's also a perk. Like, I don't charge for the Discord. I'm not going to charge for... You'll never have us charge for Discord. I think it's silly to charge you for content when you're playing a pay-to-play game. It seems absolutely ridiculous to me for us to take your money for help that I have. Like, what am I... This isn't my profession. I don't do it for a living. I'm not going to take your money to help you in doing these things. So you never see us charge you in Discord for special levels, or for those that want exclusive help, you're going to have to charge. Never. You'll never see that. So you'll be able to see all that stuff more on live, probably. Like, I go over a lot of stuff, especially because I handle your comments and go in that direction with the live for content rather than the videos. But I'll probably put some videos together. All right. Yes, air and missiles are full of exclusive weapon. I don't know. Was that back to your original question? I don't know what you said. I'm sorry, Sigurd. I might have missed you. Oh, my main missile is 6. Oh, yeah. Okay, back to you. Yes. Good, fresh in my memory. Yeah. So your air and missiles are full of. Okay. Yep. Tank. 100% 20. That's an easy decision, my man. And you are strong. Good man. 69, Fulton. Look out for Surge. I don't know who Surge is. I don't know what server you're on, Surge. By all means, let me know because you are strong. You must be in one of our servers close to us because you're, man, you got some strong stuff going on. Axel, I'll be unblocking you. Why'd you block Sarah? What Sarah do to you, Axel? Why are you blocking her? Huh? She ghost you? Did she ghost you? Were you like talking to Sarah and then Kim came along and you started messing up with Kim and then Sarah saw and you had blocked Sarah because she's a stalker? Like, tell us the whole story. I mean, I don't know why you're blocking her to begin with, but is she really better than Morrison? Yeah, I played with I don't want to sound like that. I'm gonna correct that. I have Sarah in my lineup. See, I almost said I played with Sarah. I have Sarah in my lineup. Let me straighten that out and get my wife all tizzy. So I have Sarah in the lineup, as you can see. From a UR perspective, yes, we tested her. I have the battle reports out in the sandbox for Sarah versus Morrison. Sarah 100% is better than Morrison. Sorry, but she is. And that'll change. I'm sure I will never use Sarah again. But yeah, I mean, even in 3v3, I think like Hulk. I think actually this travels through a lot of people using Sarah on our server. Actually, yeah, right here you can see CDF using Sarah instead of Morrison. King's using Morrison, and Hulk you can see is using Sarah. So yeah, you can see like even people that are stronger than me. I mean, Sarah is undoubtedly like amazing, especially you get into the season, you start entering into that Murphy. Man, you are gonna love life with that 4+1 card. Murphy is incredibly strong too before T11s drop for you, as well. So when you get into the off season, you have UR Sarah. You're gonna want to use her, and then you can watch the sandbox video. Murphy is phenomenal. T11s come out, and whatever it is, I think it's just Sarah starts ramping up a buff on a stronger team for me with the T11s and like getting through all that power to raise it up. And she starts ramping up to buff a stronger air squad. And it's almost like the stronger your team is, the bigger the buff is for Sarah to air and more value she was adding. Because then she dropped, at one time it was Murphy and Sarah. And then all that power came from the T11s. And all of a sudden Sarah by herself was actually stronger without Murphy. But Murphy, try Murphy with your air. You are going to love that. When you play a stronger tank, you see how much you can make up in power. When you have Sarah and Murphy in your lineup, man, you are going to beat some freaking strong tanks that you're fighting with your air. Like, I mean, strong. Like, I don't know how strong you're getting. Like I do. We have strong tanks around me that I was able to beat. They're strong. I don't know if you're gonna have that problem. Like air was my second team, not my first. So if air is your second team, people had a lot of like there were a bunch of people that had tanks that were stronger than my number 2 air, because it wasn't my first squad. But yeah, I mean there's not a ton, probably not a ton of tanks around you. I don't know how strong they are, but air versus air as well. By the way, Winter Storm, I was beating people. I had battle reports that I've shown on lives and everything else. Air versus air, Morrison versus Sarah, I was winning. We were showing the reports. It was night and day. Of course, I hate when we get into that outside of the sandbox because the reason why I sandbox is so the variables are down. When you start battling on the reg, on these Winter Storm battles even, somebody might be an equal team or a little stronger, but the other variables come into play. Where's the tech? Where's the exclusives? Where's your components? Where's your skill chips? There's so many variables and like, I beat them with this lineup versus this lineup. It's so hard to tell. But I was able to consistently beat Morrison with Sarah, so I can tell you that, and Winter Storm. But now, obviously, the exclusive weapon is going to change all of that. So, who won Champions Duel in your server pool? I believe it was Stickman on 96. I think. Did Stickman fight Hulk? or a Bria fight. I think a Bria fought Hulk. Maybe a Bria fought. I don't even know. I don't remember who won the Champions Duel. It was one of them. Ridiculous. Stickman, a Bria. Their power is crazy. It's like 120. They have like 115 or 120 million teams, something like that. Hulk can give. I guarantee you, Hulk can give them a run for their money. I think Hulk's around 100 and. I think their team might be 115 or something. I think Hulk's like 100 and maybe 110 or 108. I don't know. His mixed squad is like 108. So I think I'll get you some battle reports so I can show you. I have a couple reports, I think, in here somewhere. So I'll show you the next time we go. I'll show you like where Hulk is, and I'll show you where Bria is. I have both of those versus a VIP 18 battle. I think King sent it to me. So I'll get you those. But yeah, something like that. 96 has like crazy strong people. 96 has 3 of them, I think. 96 has Stickman, a Bria, and can't remember the other one off the top of my head. I lose track of VIP 18s. I'm not really a VIP 18 connoisseur around here. Not really our thing in the WWC. More focus on our free-to-play low spenders that we can help. But thanks for the question, Charles. Good to have you in. All right, happy Friday, Peggy. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping in. Hey, QB, hello from Brazil. Brazil in the house. Little jiu-jitsu, little BJJ. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Glad to have Brazil. We had Egypt the other day. Worldwide. Going worldwide. Love it. Egypt was here the other day. So, big fan. Skythrough. Hey, man. Listen, Skythrough. I know what server you're on. And there's no war. I was told from whoever the other day that you had a war on your server. And 1491, that's where we were going to go. And you guys, they told me over there, y'all work it out. All peace. There's no war. I was led astray, Skythrough. I was led astray. The whole community's holding the grudge against 91? 51? I don't remember. Whoever it is over there. I looked and talked to your server. All good. Where's Sammy? Sammy's victim. Let's see. Can we get a Sammy's victim? A live Sammy's victim? I don't know. Let's see. I already hit Sammy's victim up, I think. I got him right here. Sammy's victim. I beat him right here. He went up, by the way. He went up again. He's like 80.12. He went up, or 19. And I beat him. I just got through beating this Sammy's victim. I don't see him right now, though. I don't see him. I saved 2 for him. I had 2 saved for this guy. For those of you that don't know, we're in a straight... I was in a straight war with Ty. Now, an entire server is in a straight war with Ty because they decided that they wanted to poke at the bear. So they woke me up, and that's fine. And now they will get what's coming to them as long as I can. I'm at war with Ty, and it's screaming from the rooftop. 100%. There's no secret around here. We've been attacking each other's sleds every single day for like 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks. And I won't stop for the rest of my game. My game could end. I will never stop hitting their sleds. I'm laser focused on them. They wanted my attention. They have it. And now I share them in World Chat anytime I can find them for the entire team. And I will continue. And I wait for the day. I bask in the day that I can hopefully get access for a kill event in that server. Because I'm going to tell my wife plans are on hold. Friday night's on hold, honey. Because I got some Ty to kill. I have some Ty to kill, man. I will be there all night. It might need another 24-hour event for that one. Because I'm telling you, I am not leaving that freaking server. You wanted to poke it? You got it. You wanted to work QB? You got him. Because I'm ready. We had a Desert Storm against them, by the way. And I would have used 3 full grill grounds of speed ups to attack that for another hour and a half if I could have. So, believe me, you want war, you got it. The one thing that you got, and I'm what's funny is I'm peaceful around these parts, like for almost everybody. I don't bother nobody. We just have fun. We have season fun. We talk trash, whatever. The season's over. Everybody shakes hands and moves on. Like, you're fun again, right? The game's just for entertainment. I'm not really looking to get in, like, server battle, all this nonsense or whatever. I get along with everybody. We have people on this thing coming from all over the place, and I'm good with you. But listen, I can tell you one thing: that you want war, you got it. You got to tell me. You just let me know. I'm here. Although right now, put it on pause. I don't want your war right now because I got somebody. I don't want to take my two little peepers off that tie team for the rest of existence. You got me. And look, as you can see, hey, I'm not shy. I'll tell you, this dude's beating me every friggin' day. I'm not shy to tell you. I don't care. Listen, he's strong. This dude's way stronger than me. Way stronger than me. But guess what? Don't make me back down. I'm like 3 million behind him. Right here. I thought it was 4. I said 4. Incorrect, by the way. What a liar I am. I said 4. Juicing myself up. Not even 3. But I like the difference because I threw Marshall in here. I beat him. This is called Sam. We didn't know what to call him because I don't know. I don't translate that. I'm sure it's Korean. I don't know. I should ask my Korean counterparts. Like, maybe it says his name. I should do it. But anyway, we want to know what to call him. We call him Sammy's Victim because Sammy was in our WWC and he gave me the lineup to try. So this is Sammy's lineup that he wanted me to try against him, which is putting Swift in the front. As I say, I don't like the front hero lineup all the time. I'm not a huge fan of it because it's inconsistent. High ceilings, as you can see. High ceilings here. You can beat somebody really good. But on the regular, you don't average out very well. Average out, it's not your best lineup. Your hero up front does not work out. You do have big highs. So like when you look at how often I have to fight him, sometimes I have to fight him and lose. Look at this. Look how many times I had to lose against him till eventually get him. I'll get you. I'll eventually get you. The lineup works good. Sammy, full credit to Sammy. It's a good lineup. It gets that high out, like to get those ceilings. But oftentimes you lose when you put the hero in the front like this because this is the inconsistency that you get. I mean, what am I fighting at a 10% level? See, some people see this and they'll win 10% of the time and they'll tell you, ooh, look, the front hero works. Yeah, it does, but you're not telling everybody the full story. It's the same as I talked on the sandbox and with the air lineup. You put D.Va in the front, sure, full geared out. It works, but it's not the high level. If you average out battles, if you do 100 battles, that doesn't average out as your best lineup on the reg. On the regular, if you average out what team are you best at versus team of your spike. So what I say is, and I always say, especially those strategically that love this game, what I would do is I would be switching my lineup. So if I'm losing a battle, if I fought somebody a couple times and lost, try to throw your hero in the front if you don't, because then you might get a chance to hit him with a high and get lucky, and then you hit him in the ceiling, and then you beat him. And that's what we're seeing here. So we're seeing here where I beat him with my strategy lineup for a while, strategy straight across. And you're seeing with this lineup, Sammy's lineup here, we can win. It just have to fight like 10 times to do it. And then sometimes I get lucky right up front, and I can beat him right away. I think one time I beat him right here. I've only fought him once, beat him. But these aren't both a strong team. One of these is his 72 air team. So, I'll fight any of his teams. I don't care. If I see him, he's getting plowed. I'm burning. Fire. And he can come and get me, and we'll go back and forth, and we'll take each other exclusive shards. But I want him to know he can keep spending money because he started at like 78, 79. Every day he spends more money and gets stronger, trying to avoid this burn. And listen, that burn's coming, man. That burn's coming. Yeah. Yep. I'm telling you, like a bad friggin', like some bad STD, man. QB is like some bad STD. You're gonna get burned. You're gonna get burned. See this? Here's a tie. A perfect opportunity right here. Share that right to world chat. There you go. You want war? You got it. You want a war? Everybody in your team is gonna get burned, not just you. I'm going to make sure everybody knows. Make it nice and easy for everybody. You looking? No need to hunt. There you go, 68 million. Sure, go right out there. There you go. Go get him. Go get him, Tiger. Anyway. So that's where Sammy's Victim is right now. He's nowhere to be found. Sometimes he throws out purple trucks, which I won't even fight him if he's a purple truck. It's not worth it. I'll fight another sled of Ty. I won't fight his purple truck. So if he wants to get away from me and cower into a purple truck, he's welcome to, because I won't chase him in purple trucks. Some of the gold trucks I'll burn of his. If you have gold shards, I like to get the gold shards, but that's about it. The war ends. I don't know what war. Which war? War never ends in this game. Tammy, the war never ends. Yusuf will be proud you're not charging for help. Fair enough. I do not. I think Yusuf had a lot of problems more than just us charge. Let's be honest, just us, period. I mean, I think he had a lot more problems with the game than just us, but that's me. I don't know, Bailey. You can dive into that mind. I'm not sure. Surge, haha, I'm on 413. Wow, Surge, you're one of them new spenders we hear about. You're in 413 spending up the storm. I bet you're spending smart. That's why. Going long. Yes, Charles, 100%. It's going to change with Morrison EW. Morrison EW is gonna rock, and everybody keeps focusing on Fiona. I love how everybody's like, "Oh, Fiona's gonna change the game." Blah blah blah. You don't even know what Stetman's and Morrison's exclusive is. So how could you? It's like, how could you comment on that? You don't even know what the other exclusives are to know whether Fiona's going to change the game or not. Like, I can't wait for Fiona to be able to fight Stetman. I think Stetman's exclusive is going to be awesome. That's just, by the way, I don't know. It's just theory. I just seen if you watch the game as it's progressed, other than Skylar, because you know how I feel about Skylar's exclusive 30 is ridiculous to just guarantee a stun at the beginning of every fight when everybody was getting a stun anyway. But I will say that the majority of these exclusives got stronger as we go across, right? Williams, everybody loved how strong Williams was, and Lucius was incredibly strong. So as we move forward, now Fiona's is strong. So if you just go with that theme, you just got to believe that Stetman's is going to be strong and Morrison's is going to be strong. You got to believe that, right? Like, so I would say, I got to get this in here. I made that video with the gear, and I had to sell off some of my gear just to do it. Now I got to rebuild everything for some gear. Yeah, I think Morrison's is going to be strong, and certainly, like, once you get Morrison in exclusive, it's just a game changer for that air unit. Sarah's not going to play as much of a role. Sarah may still be useful if you do mixed lineup, like if you take Carly and put Carly somewhere, or you move it around. So I don't want to say like Sarah won't ever be used, because you could still throw her in air and make it useful with Morrison. Because don't forget, Sarah's whole thing is a buff, right? So the interesting thing that I want to try, that's like, I'm just thinking in this brainchild movement here of like, I want to be able to try and mix these lineups. I want to think more offensive in the game of like, what if we use the front hero? Strong lineup. One defender, and you go all offense now that we have all these exclusives. So think about if you moved Carly out and you moved Diva to the front, and then in the back you have Morrison with exclusive 30, and you have Skylar with the stun, and now you enter in Morrison, who's a damage dealer, exclusive 30 with whatever that's going to be, right? So you have those going out. Well, I don't know at that point, like if you're looking at the air team. Do you, I move her here. Like, what if you had this lineup right here? Like, how great is this lineup going to play? Like, I can't wait to see. If they were all exclusive 30 and I'm as strong as I was before, and now I'm adding more power, and Morrison's exclusive 30, and I got Sarah who's buffing that, who's multiplying the damage for this team. What does it do now with a Morrison 30? So I think everybody is looking at it wrong to think like, oh, well, Sarah just replaces Morrison. Morrison replaces Sarah. I think they could work together with an exclusive 30. And you can now take Carly and maybe move Carly to tank. Well, how does Carly work with, with a tank team when you're trying to defend against air? Because I talked about the tank team equally. What I like to see actually with the tank team is I really would like to see that Fiona. I've talked about that lineup before. What with the lineup that I want to try, I don't know if you guys seen it, but I really want to try this lineup here. What happened to Carly? I want to try this tank lineup. So I want to take Williams exclusive 30. And then I want to put Kim in front. Yeah, I said it. Kim in front. Stetman exclusive 30. Marshall targeting like Diva. And then I want to put in Fiona in this lineup instead. I think I'm using that squad. But I want to put, is it working? Okay. I want to put Fiona right here with that buff kill. So Fiona's going to take out the buff. If I'm going against Air doesn't have targeting. So Air can't take out Fiona. So if I'm stripping buffs from Air, and I have a strong, now I got damage dealer. I got a damage dealer. Plus I got a buff coming from Marshall, and I got the buffs being stripped from the other team. I want to see what I'm going to get out of it. As if I'm taking on an Air. That's the one I'm interested in doing. Unfortunately, I have to work through another team to do that because Tank is my third, and it's not very strong, and I don't know where I'll be able to get Stetman's exclusive to in Season 5, to be honest with you. I'll probably get it to 13. It won't be as much value as getting it to 20. Because I'll use my exclusive shards on Morrison. My Air team is my second team. That's going to use the most value for me. I'm going to have to go with value for there. And then off season, I'll have to get Stetman up to 30 and worry about that. And then I'll be able to play with it more in Sandbox, Winter Storm, stuff like that. Season 5, it's not realistic for me. But for other people, I know King, for example, I've talked to King about doing this. So I want to see how it works out either way. But I think these are the type of things that we're going to get to do. This is the tough. Believe me, we're going to have a lot of fun mixing these lineups, testing them in Sandbox, throwing this out, showing you. So if you're not in Season 5 yet, if you're in Season 4, you're in Season 3 starting, man, you're going to get an advantage because I'm going to run these gauntlets for you to show you all of these lineups. I promise you that. I can't wait. I get way too geeky on this stuff as far as the mixed squads and what we're going to do. Be able to throw some of these lineups and counters and stuff. Plus the battle cards, I'll help through all the battle card stuff. I like digging into that stuff. We'll do the core cards, see what's of value, what's easier to lift up and stuff. They play so much value in the core cards. Yeah, really cool, really cool. Where did you get the name QB18? Okay. QB18, it's not as exciting a story as you may think. It's actually I'm an enormous Bears fan. I'm an enormous Chicago Bears fan. Hopefully we don't lose viewers because of that. I don't know how many Packer fans we have out there. I'm an enormous Chicago Bears fan. So when I started the account, Justin Fields was the Bears quarterback. And it was QB1 because he was 1. And then now it's Caleb Williams. So it's QB18. It's really not more than that. It's really that simple. It's just all based on the Chicago Bears. So, and then let it rain. Yeah, Chicago Bears suck. Blah blah blah. Believe me, I've heard it for so long. It really just bounces off me, and it doesn't matter. I don't really care. But they do suck. But they're getting better. They're getting better. They're 6-3 this year, and they're looking great. And I am an enormous Bears fan. And why you won't see me usually during the day on Sunday ever. I'm either playing pickleball or I'm watching the Bears. So both are priorities for me on Sunday. That's why I hit up Sunday night. Sunday night is more my day. But thank you for the question. Thank you, Ariel. Let's see. What else we got? Does the Adam plus your Scarlet combo really work and worth investing? So I'm so interesting that you're bringing that up. I'm testing Tank in the Sandbox right. There's so many things to test with Tank. Williams to 30. It depends. I think that's a big marker. Do you have Williams to 30 on your Tank squad? So for Scarlet has actually been surprisingly successful. We saw VIP 18 use Scarlet not that long ago in the 3v3. And Scarlet plays a great role. If you ever looked at Scarlet's buff, Scarlet's buff is really good. So depending on what you're picking up here. So when you look at this buff, it's reducing the damage taken by the hero that's adjacent to the unit by 24%, right? So it's reducing the damage by 24%, and it's also granting the shield equal to 6% of Scarlet's max hit points. Then on the passive one, so that's tactics. Then on passive as well, it's increasing the hero's defense by 75% during battle, which is interesting. But it's also enhancing the defense of the one adjacent unit by 37.5%. So you're really helping this unit by giving them their defense up by 37%. And then on this one, it's by 24% plus the 6% in hit points, which is really of what Scarlet's is. So it's really good. If you look at it from a sandbox environment perspective, what also helps you is kind of you get to learn where Scarlet gives the buff. So like Marshall giving the buff, it shows you who. When you do, when you put Scarlet here, you'll see Scarlet shows exactly who she is giving the buff to. So you just have to learn when you use Scarlet at what point, where is it going and where you're playing her, right? So if you're putting her in front, who is she giving it to? She gives it to somebody different in every position, right? So one of the places, although you can put her here, it's going to give it to the middle, and here it's going to give it to the middle as well. Oops. Whoops. Why won't it go there? Thank you. Where is Kim? I gotta put Kim back. Kim. There she is. So really, when you think about giving this to somebody like Kim, incredible value, right? Like you're decreasing or increasing the defense of somebody like Kim to stay around, keeping her alive. The other one that don't look past is Marshall with targeting, because if you can increase like somebody Marshall sticking around, staying alive, the longer Marshall is around, the more it allows Kim to buff and be buffed and be stronger and provide more offense. So really, like, it's good value, especially with targeting when you're going to use this. So yeah, is it worth it? It really is. Adam, on the other hand, so Adam's kind of, it depends on where you are as far as strength in the game. So Adam working with tank has shown good benefits of a mixed squad. People have used it 4+1. I've seen it in the 3v3. I've seen it in arena. Not a big fan of myself of using Adam in the tank rotation. And the reason for me is I weaken my number. Like my number one is missile. Adam is so good defensively for the missile squad. Oh my God, look what I'm doing with missile over here. He's so good in the missile squad that I don't want to decrease the value of my missile squad by having Adam leap. So who else am I going to put for my missile defense if I'm going to remove Adam? You got to think about that. Or you're going to have a front hero squad. I don't want to do the front hero with missile offense, so I don't do that. But yeah, there's plenty of validity and value to mixing that and playing around with that lineup. I would play around with Scarlet first for you, but then yeah, Adam, the combination of the two. I think Adam is back middle, I think is where they do for Adam when I see it. So playing it in. I would get the value though, like I said, from Scarlet. Now the auto attack for lifting the auto attack for Scarlet, it does not do a damn thing. We tested somebody who had it. The VIP 18 did it for us a couple weeks ago to check out the value of Scarlet's auto attack. It's garbage. Like it's not that great. So there's no value in necessarily lifting that skill up for really any defender for the most part. I think Lucius might auto attack. Most of them, the auto attack for the defenders is not that valuable. I think with Lucius, what was Lucius's auto attack? See, Lucius is different because Lucius provides a shield equal to 3% of maximum hit points to the hero with the lowest hit points. So Lucius's auto attack is good stuff. I like Lucius's auto attack, but the physical, like lifting it up, physical damage that any damage dealer is going to cause, like I don't know, it should be on your back burner as you raise it for the most part for the auto attacks. I will say that, like, if you're going to raise things, you're better off going other skills than auto attack for a defender. Same as like gear. You're not going after the defender's attack. No surprise. Just look at the damage after any battle report. It'll lead you into the direction you should be going. You don't need to hear somebody's words for it. Just let it lead you. Same. Well, James, welcome in. Not sure it would draw your question. Maybe it was a timely question. Maybe it was already answered. Maybe it was upset. Maybe YouTube pulled it. I don't know. Now James is a mystery. Sky Drama. Yeah, 1491. That's the one. Yeah, but I heard I heard that you guys were not going to battle it out, Sky Through. That's not what was told to us on live. We were promised a war on 1491 to decide the capital, and that is not what's taking place. So I will say that very disappointing. Very disappointing. No, it's always great having you in, Sky Through. Right? You've been here before. We shall find, at some point, we will find a capital war. At some point, somebody will give it to us. I don't know who, but let's see. What do we got? Layman. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Are you using Bailey's hands? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Them fighting words. Them fighting words using Bailey's hands. How long have you been playing the game? I've been now playing the game for 3 years. So I think it was October. God, October. We've been now 698 days in the game. So do the math. It's been two years. I think it was October 2023 is when I started playing. So we're 2 years in now. About 2 years. I think that was the day that we started in October. Oh, that wonderful day in October. Oh, the stories of how you started playing the game are wonderful, by the way. It's like so many people, the last thing people have for a story of why they started playing the game is because they saw this game the way it is and started playing it. Like most people were completely falsified into playing this game, and they got, pulled in, and they were like, what the hell is this? This isn't what they advertised. They advertise like Frontline Breakthrough or something, and you're like, oh, let me try that out, right? It's funny how they feel that Frontline Breakthrough is so attractive to. Well, clearly it is. Who am I talking about? I'm a terrible advertiser because, clearly it was brilliant. Clearly everybody's pulled in the Frontline Breakthrough. I mean, that's why most people are playing. So it is what it is, But yeah, we've been playing a long time, man. We've been playing a long time. There are only, we're server 71. I jumped into 72. So the majority of people on this server haven't been playing much longer than me, if they have. Like I told you, when I was here, Crazy Deerfly jumped in. She was level 26. I think I was level 22 when she was 26, when we first started going to wars and stuff. So that'll tell you where we were. Whole different game back then, by the way. Whole different game back then. Oh my God, we had nowhere to fight. We had nowhere to do it. And now they're building ways to fight. Desert Storm. Can they have more? Somebody in the chat, I think it was Endless, who in our team, who was saying, like, can you add any more? Can they change the names around? Can we have more storms? Like, Desert Storm and Winter Storm and it's like, oh my God, or we're in the Desert Brawl, and then hey, we're gonna flip it around with giving you the jungle theme of like Desert Storm. It's like, I don't know about all that, but I do appreciate. I don't care what you call it. It is what it is. I appreciate the number of ways to have people fight, because I think it just gets out that fighting energy that you have that you wanted to do earlier in the game. You didn't have that, and I think when you wanted to fight, farmers suffered, lower alliances suffered from that. You had no way to push that energy, that fighting energy out, and now you do. Now you have so many different ways to fight on different days and battle and save your troops for those specific days that it really works. Giving you Meteorite all the time, or they're giving you a Warzone duel like constantly. There's just so many different ways to fight now in this game. Really, that is again praise. I don't know anybody. We don't have many like crazy guests on VIP teams or people that are involved with developing the game and stuff. I'm good with that. I don't really want to necessarily be associated. I'd rather have free to play people on or Baja. I'd rather have Killing with Baja on and Ikai and Sting from 46 and people that are just like free to play common players telling us how they play and stuff. That's more interesting to me. But I will give the developers praise for it. Like, they developed this game to be much better with all the fighting and gave us places to generate that energy. So, another reason why we shouldn't necessarily just always trash the developers. They're doing a great job in what they're doing, like, for developing that stuff. So, yeah. Didn't start this or do my T11 stuff. Okay. Hey, does Scarlet's Wall of Honor level have to be high? I don't have Scarlet's Wall of Honor level high. You 5 stars. That's it. I don't know what I have her level at, to be honest with you at this point. It's probably not high though. 40, 49. That's it. Like why? I mean, it very if when you increase the wall of honor, you don't get that much. I don't know. Can I do it for one? Here, I'll do it for. Oh no, that's my purple. I can't waste my purple. Sorry. I need my purple for Venom. But when you increase the wall of honor, I think it gives you like a thousand points or something. Like it's not much power that comes from it. You get probably more power from your purple deco than you do that wall for the purple heroes early on. It's not a huge push. You do get an enormous push from the bonuses though. You know, the hip right here, your hit points for all heroes, and this your missile hero. It's like this to 50% that you continuously add. That's a good bump for your entire team. So, hey B, how live? Man Cub, when are you going to have VIP 13s on? I won't have anybody on, Man Cub. If you want to come and participate in the show, just message me. I love to have you on. Go throw me a message in the chat. We'll find a spot and bring you on. Anybody can come on. I love having people on. This is great. It's all good. Anybody's welcome to join me in the WWC and have a conversation. I welcome it, man. I told you, I'm not here. You won't hear on here no matter what. Like, it was easy to say early on when we only had 500 people that subscribed to us and we didn't have many people that were following us. We just celebrated 3,000 and we're at 3,100. And eventually I imagine it'll be 4,000, 5,000. We just continue to grow slowly but surely. We're not looking to do this fast, and we're not looking to get VIP 18s in here. We're just looking to talk to, common folks that play the game, that are free to play, and how they do stuff to help out other people where they see it, get questions, that generate towards normal folks that play the game. And really that's what it is. That's what we're about. That's why. And you're not going to get, there's going to be no charge. I'll gladly help you in the game. I help people all day freaking long. I send messages to people that help me in the game and in Discord and whatever. It doesn't bother me. When I have time, I do it. Sometimes you might have to wait. And I'm sorry for some people, I will say, I do apologize. Some people, I do miss your question because they get buried. Like right now, Vader jiggling at me. Vader wants me to attack. Who knows? Vader's not even there anymore. I get so many. Look, I got 56 messages already in my private. And this is just a private chat. And then in Discord, I'll probably have another, 45 to go through. In Discord that I get, whatever. I eventually get through all the messages from you. I respond to people. I don't know. It's important to me. I just, I don't know. It's not something that I take for granted. I try to respond to all the YouTube comments. It's difficult. Even some of the haters, I welcome any comments to the community. Everybody can read everybody's comments. One thing I don't do, by the way, that I hate being accused of, it's bullcrap, is deleting comments. Dude, I've never deleted any comments on YouTube I will never do that. You say whatever you want. YouTube may automatically delete your comments because it's derogatory or it's, you can't use your words well and you have to cuss or whatever. That's not my problem. That's YouTube. YouTube doesn't let you tell me that I suck or, whatever, because you can't describe your actual issue or problem. That's not my fault that YouTube's deciding to delete your negative comment. That's not me. I don't care. Say what you want. What do I care? Trash whatever you want. I don't care. It is what it is. The community will read it and they'll take value from it or they won't. I'm not going to delete you though. I can promise you that. I'm not going to delete you. And I'm happy if you are trying to say some kind of derogatory, racist, whatever material that you're trying to say in there, they're deleting. Good for YouTube. Because what value are you adding? Just don't watch shit. I don't know why you're bothering people with your nonsense. You have to tell, it's so important for you to tell people, that you hate something. If you want to describe it and you have a counter argument and opinion and whatever, I love that. I absolutely love that. If it's constructive, it makes sense. If you're just going to run around and tell people that somebody sucks or whatever, you're trying to get, I don't know, negative attention for some reason. I don't know. It makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense to me. trolls, you have better stuff to do than this. But it comes with the territory. It is what it is. I don't take it personal. But I can just promise you, I'm not deleting a thing. So that's all I can tell you. Me, Ramp is not deleting a thing. We will gladly let the community see whatever you want to say derogatory. If it's that important for you to be labeled and label everybody, then it'll be there. That's all. Love the show and content. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, Ant. Appreciate you coming in. Man Cub, love that 100%. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are in. You are in. Ant, I get distracted with squad power. However, I have a question on what buildings I should be raising to my headquarter 30 level and what I shouldn't waste my time on. I already know I'm not doing the gear. Oh, the gear factor. Gotcha. Gear factor. Yeah. So I'm tough for some of that. You can't really look at my buildings all the time. I'll be the first thing to tell you. Not that you should be looking at dolphins and whales and what buildings they're doing anyway. But for me, I remember when I had to drop from gold to purple, like I just talked about, I had to increase buildings because I didn't want to increase power buildings. So like my gear factory, I don't even know what it is, but it's way higher than it was before I started that at the end of season 3. I had it at season 20. That's the only real value. It's now at like drone parts. Gear factory is 26 because I had nothing else to raise for building, so I started doing the cheap ones and all around. Yes, 20 is your 100% spot on. You don't have to go past gear factory. You're fine. No value in doing it past that, really. All right, so building priorities. I would say, so level 30, don't forget, you want to work your way and work on the buildings that you have to for 35. And a lot of times people will avoid, and that's the wall. Don't let your wall fall behind. Okay, so you get your 35 is what you're going to have to work on eventually as you move forward and move up and all that. And so wall is something that is always of value to make sure you do. The centers, no matter what center it is, obviously your first team, your second team, I wouldn't let even your third team fall behind in doing this. I would be chipping away at it. It adds so much value within that team. It's not a priority for you, but I'm just saying as you start finishing some of the priority buildings that you need to do to move to headquarters 35, I would rather be doing a center than probably like maybe my mines or my gear power or like the vaults aren't going to add a ton of value for you. So whatever. So your centers for your first team, your center for your second team. Incredible value. You want to do those. Drill grounds. Don't let your drill grounds fall behind. The more troops you can build, the better that you can store up. You don't have to use them all, but at least when you have them and you have an enormous base of soldiers, you can afford to fight and lose. So you want to be able to do your drill grounds are going to make a big difference in you. Don't fall behind on drill grounds. Hospital capacity, absolutely enormous around here. Everybody knows how much I'd say the value of hospitals is. Pushing your hospitals is incredible value for those as you move forward. Tech centers, I don't really buy into necessarily pushing my tech center other than my main tech center to go. These other tech centers of you'll find that your survivors drive more of your increases for when it comes to tech center than necessarily pushing the other tech centers to, like 20 is pretty easy, 22, whatever. When it starts to get too expensive, I'd back off and push it in other places. For 35, you actually have to work on things you're probably not working on, like Alliance Center. The Alliance support, I think, at level 33. Important to do that and not, be ready for, when 35 comes along, this has got to be up to stuff. So you don't want to fall too behind because Alliance support maybe at like 22 or 23. You might not be doing that one. So you want to push that one up to be ready towards 35. Another good building to make sure you're working on. Your oil, when your oil comes out, you want to push these to 35 or as close to it as possible to get as much oil produced every single day, return on investment as you play. So definitely push your oil out there. Your barracks are of value to do your barrack strategy where you want to like level them down. So you want to have 30, 20, 30, 20, whatever, 29, 24, 20. Like you want to have the staggered barracks. And now as you move to T11s, you're going to be able to increase those to 35. So you want to then stagger it and move up. So one barrack's going to have to be 35, and then you're going to want to spend time making it like 35, 34, 30, 27, 24, something like that. You're going to want your barracks to be. I might have did one too many there. I don't know. But yeah, you want to have your barracks still staggered throughout. Be more versus points. These front pads are pretty cheap to do early on. It gives you general march speed. March speed actually comes in handy, especially if you're a fighter. Getting to things a little bit faster. As it adds up across the board, and you keep talking about this march speed, it actually ends up making a difference. It's like this enormous march speed increase that happens. So these front pads are pretty cheap and good to build and work on as you're moving out. Emergency center, this goes in hand with the hospital. I like to increase this as you move forward. So for me, I'm behind on a lot of my hospital and stuff because, again, I stopped building anything that was worth it for after season 4. I'm finishing my drill grounds. As soon as I finish my drill grounds, you can go the order I went. So the order that I went, I pushed my tech center to 35. I pushed my wall to 35. I pushed my centers to 35. I'm now pushing my drill grounds to 35. Then I'm going to push my hospitals to 35. Then I'm going to push my center to 35. I'm probably going to then do my barracks strategy here to let my troops to go 35 and 34 to get the most I can out of them as I'm building so I can get the most troops out. So then I'll probably do the barracks strategy. Maybe your builder's hut. Builder's hut is always good to do for help from your alliance. Your tavern, expensive, good to do. And again, your alliance support for early on. I don't know. I did my what do you call it here? I did this alert tower to 29. I never did it to 30. Eventually I'll do that. And I think I did my planes to 20 something, 26. I have my planes at 25 and 25, 26. So, their spy planes are good to have fast for events. It's just not worth it because it's not. I try to worry about PvP first, events second. I don't really need spy plane speed for anything other than like picking up points in events. So I picked them up. The alert tower will get you, your information for spying. So that's worth picking up, but you can only get it to so high before you can't see more than what other people are lifting their alert tower to block you. So it's only become so much value there. I don't know. That should keep you busy for a long time. Most of these things over that I put in this corner, you really don't need to really push these much. It should be secondary for you as far as moving a lot of these things for experience. And I should take it back. Ore is always great to build and increase. Always great to push and max out your ore. I forgot about ore. Ore is those ore. I max those out if you can. Return on investment again. Ore is so big, right? People are buying it, they're selling it, they're moving it. So yeah. Anyway, hopefully that helps you, man. We're going through the building conversation for you. Doug. Welcome in, Doug. In your previous video, you laid out the responsibilities of R4s and R5s. I wish listening to your rant was mandatory before becoming a leader. Oh, thank you, Doug. Appreciate you. Yeah. What's funny, I started that conversation today. We just created our Season 5 grouping for conversations because now the game allows you to have Season 5. One thing that we just talked about, increase, this may help you from coming into, now that they have the group chat, right? One of the things to talk about is when you have R4, you can have 10 people in your R4, right? And, sometimes it's a conversation of do you have people that are valuable for strategy and for season and who should be in that grouping for R4. If you have more than 10, don't forget, you can just create a bigger group chat. Like, what's the difference of R4 moving in and out other than the chat? So we created a separate Season 5 group chat to get more people in the conversation that we feel are more valuable. So you can have 15 people in your R4 for the season instead of only having the 10 that they allot you to. So make a group, and then you can have a greater conversation, get more opinions, more strategy, more everything for that. I think that's a value, so start that. One of the things that I talked about too for season, we just talked about the other day, was figure out your rewards for your season, how you're going to divvy it up, and have that conversation now. Incredibly important for people, free to play, low spenders. Before they get their feelings hurt, make sure as a leader you're telling them how you're going to divide those rewards up. And if you're free to play, low spender, make sure you're asking how your rewards are going to be divided up. Don't feel left out and don't feel like you shouldn't have the right to ask. You are part of the team, so ask your question. But yeah, Doug, I appreciate you, man. You're right in. Antoine, perfect. Thank you. Very helpful. I'm on the right. Yes, you are. That sounds like you are on the right track, Ant. Come back anytime, man. Solid leadership makes all the difference in the world for the alliance and the server. Certainly does. It's why people leave servers a lot, because they don't believe in their leadership anymore. Their leadership has wronged them in some way, or their leadership can't attract the right people into the server. That's another thing that could happen. So if you have your server out and you've divided, and how are you rebuilding that server? Any server can be rebuilt, but it starts at the top. You got to have good strategy. You have to have good people that are rewarding people the proper way and treating people the right way. So if you're contributing, to your server and not just your alliance, you should be rewarded for your behavior. And you have every right for the loot boxes and the stuff that's available. But how are you going to? If I asked you going into your season, I ask you the question: how is your team rewarding you with loot boxes? How does the team actually assign? What do you have to do? Here's a better question. Here's a straightforward question. What do you have to do to earn a loot box in your season? It's in every season. We have the loot boxes. What do you have to do to earn a loot box? If I'm asking, if I'm asking you that question and you can't answer that question, then that's on you for not asking it as well. Your team should be assigning how they're going to pass out the loot boxes, and they should also be, letting you know what you need to do to earn the loot boxes. Just ask. It's a good question, and it should all be worked out prior to the season. Otherwise, you have hard feelings. You have people that leave. You feel that they've been wronged. They've worked hard, and you didn't reward them, and blah, blah, blah. And they'll look at you and go, well, we aren't rewarding you. Those aren't being rewarded for blah, 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 blah. And then somebody will say, well, that's not right. And then they get hurt feelings. Then they end up transferring. And they may be somebody who's really cool, and your alliance gets along with, and it was just a miscommunication. So, most things in leadership, I come from leadership, so in real life too. One thing that you need to do is make sure communication is the key no matter what you're doing. Whether you're going to reward somebody or not going to reward somebody, at least you have to be on the same page and have the balls to have the conversation. And that's what you need sometimes is, you got to have balls to have conversations with people that may not like to hear information. And people shy away from conversations. And that's the difference. You want to know the difference between good leaders and bad leaders in life and anything else? It's the people that are willing to have a conversation that they know is going to be negative. If you're just pushing off that conversation because you know it's going to be a negative conversation or a difficult conversation, and you find yourself procrastinating that conversation, leadership might not be for you. That's not a conversation you should be, it's not a conversation you look forward to necessarily because you don't necessarily want to have it. But being in a position of leadership, it's a mandatory conversation that you're responsible for having. So if you're taking on the responsibility of having that conversation, you should just be having it with your people. And that's the bottom line. That's leadership for you. And so when you have R4 in this silly little game that we play, they make up these little titles of R4 and R5. They actually have meaning behind them. They're not just crazy numbers and they're not just whatever. They actually have meaning behind them. And so if you find yourself in there just because, you happen to get in there, but you don't do any work for your team and you're a jerk and you don't want to have involvement and you don't have time to spend doing some of the activities that are needed from them, then remove yourself. Remove yourself. It's just a title. It doesn't mean a damn thing. You could be R3, you could be R2, you could be R1. R4 means that you're taking on a responsibility to help your team and help your players that are on your team. And if you don't want to do that, then you can't. And leadership is responsible for things like passing out rewards and having the conversation about rewards. So if you don't want to do that and you don't want to talk to people about that, then you whatever. I can tell you right now, coming into this team, incredibly happy with this team from somebody like Hulk's leadership. I can tell you Hulk has no problem having a blunt conversation with the entire team through an email, telling them where we stand, where we are, why you will be on this team, why you won't be on this team, and what you need to do to stay on this team and what your expectations. And they're all realistic expectations, but he's also not afraid to say, hey, if you can't meet these expectations, these aren't happy, then you will not be on this team. He's okay. And I love it. I love the straightforward communication, not because he's a VIP 18, but because he's a good leader in how he's communicating that message across. Because that's all people usually ask for, man. Even if you're a jerk, like, people may think that you're a jerk. You're not going to, all people are not going to like you. If you're trying to win everybody over, don't be a leader, because you can't win everybody over as a leader. But people will respect you. There's a difference, right? It's like anybody who has children. If you have children and you're a parent, then you know that your kids don't necessarily need to like you, but they need to respect you, because you need to lead them in the right direction. So, you can't be everybody's friend all the time. That doesn't always work, and it doesn't send the right message. So, I appreciate you, Doug. Hopefully it's working out for you too, and you have good leaders in your area. So, Doug, Builders Hut only gives 2-minute reduction. 2-minute reduction over time, over and over and over. I don't know what my Builder Hut is at right now, but 32. Right now I'm getting 3 hours and 28 minutes, my man. Where's my upgrade? My upgrade will give me 2 more minutes if I upgrade it. And then 2 more minutes, and then 2 more minutes. So I will max out at 38 minutes right here. So I don't know. It'll be worth it for me. I mean, like, you go in and you talk about, like, time. It's 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes per help. I get 50 helps. So, like, it's not just 2 minutes. It's a 2 minutes. That's 36 minutes per my help. I get. So, yeah, I think that's worth it. If you get 50 helps. It's 4 minutes, whatever. Again, not priority. If I'm looking for other things to do, by the way, that's when I said, like, a Builder's Hut I would do for me, because your help is, fast forwarding these things is money. So if I can get, 2 minutes, you can get 100 minutes from here and there. It's worth it. As a secondary building and all the other things that I have to choose from to build, then yeah, like, I don't know, I'll do a Builder's Hut before I do a spy plane. Let's put it that way. I'm going to get more out of the spy plane. I'm going to get more out of the Builder Hut than I am the spy plane. Spy plane, I'm only using for picking up points. And by the way, I will be the first one to call myself out if you've watched me in Desert Storm. I'm terrible at picking up the points. I'm not faster. You guys are faster than me, especially on PC. I've lost all my speed on PC. So it's like, I'm terrible at that. I'm not fast on the PC yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting a little bit better, but I always complain about it. It is part of my rants. And it's at myself, really. It has nothing to do with the game. I can play on the phone and be fast. And I just like to do the game if I'm going to broadcast, because it gives you guys full screen. And I just think full screen looks better in appearance. Like, if I was viewing something on TV, it always looks better to have the full screen view. So it's just, I need to pick my game up. That's all. What's your best opinion on how to choose train conductors VIP? Okay, so train conductor is your number one point of train conductor. Needs to be somebody who's not going to lose. So either you're going to use the VIP or the train conductor on who to run. So my opinion is that the train conductor should be the strongest person on your team. Period. I think the people in your server that spend money, you want to have be your train conductors. They should get the rewards to get them stronger. The people that are spending the money, you want to get stronger. You want to get a value in here. It's not about fairness. It is about total hero power. Deerfly should be the train conductor. Hulk should be the train conductor. King should be the train conductor. These people need to want to continue to gain power. You don't just look at Gift Force in the mouth and say, well, they spend money. They don't need it. No, they do. They use these rewards to get stronger and stronger and stronger. You want them to get stronger. They're protecting your server. Why should you not reward these people and just forget about the fact that they're protecting your server? That's how you lose them. By not respecting them and understanding what the value that they're bringing to you, that is how you lose them for your server. So make sure you understand, and yeah, like, you don't have to kiss their butt, but you also should respect what they're doing for your server. The fact that they're a detractor for people just ripping apart your server and you have no recourse to help yourself. There's value to what they're bringing to your server. So what should they get? What's your reward that you can give them? You can't pay them to be in your server. So give them the respect. They should run a train. They should have that. Oh, that's terrible too. Well, I can't say anyway. I mean, I'm talking about Sarah. Whatever I'm doing with Sarah, and now I'm like running trains. Oh my god! All right. So anyway, yeah, I think they should be in the front here to run your train. Also, by the way, Hulk gives back. That guy buys trains all the time for people. He'll buy a train and put somebody in charge of it just to give back to the team. Incredibly nice. The guy should run the train all the time. Now, so the real question becomes, your protector or your VIP. They should run it, or they should be the VIP of your train. Should be your strongest people all the time, period. So your train's not robbed, or robbed less frequently on your team. Okay, that's one spot. The second spot, what I like to do, I was put in charge of the train, running the train when I came on the team. Hulk gave me the train to run and wanted me to do it for a while until we started our tie fights. And then he took it over because we're not letting Ty rob a single train because they're not badass enough to beat Hulk. So we know that our train is protected every single day. And by the way, they get theirs robbed by Hulk every single day. Let me see if the Ty train's out here, by the way. I don't think. They wait to put it out at different times. So I spotlight it when I see it. And then Hulk will rob it. Okay, I don't see it. So you want to be able to protect your train with your strongest. Now, your second strongest, when I started running the train, what I like to do is I like to get back to my team. So anybody that finishes first in the rankings of that day, the following day, I give them the train. So your reward for finishing first in versus for that day, I give them the train as a special guest. That's how I reward the train. I do that on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. And then if you win kill event, what I like to do on Fridays is the person that wins kill event, they should run they should be able to run the train completely. And they won kill event, so they got the most kills. Now, if it's myself or it was Hulk that won kill event or somebody, we move it to the next second person. Like, we can get kills, we might be able to get kills easier and win the kill day. So we will move Saturday's train down and give it to the person that actually was killing the most. That's not us. Also, MVP. So now they give out an MVP of the Alliance. Every week, whoever won the MVP, I would assign them the train. I give them the train for winning MVP for the week. They get the train, not just special guests. They get to run the train, and then they should assign Hulk. Like on our team, it would be Hulk as their protector, but they get to run that train for winning MVP for the Alliance. And if the MVP is Hulk, then Hulk gets a train. It doesn't matter. Like you go out and win MVP, you're gonna get the train. And that's how we reward the trains right now for people. It gives everybody a chance. Sometimes randomly, I like to give people the train. Like if they never had it before and stuff, I like to give that to them because they just don't get a chance to. So sometimes randomly, but that's pretty much kind of the progress of everybody knows. If you finish first in the verses, you're going to get a bonus for not only helping the team, but also you're going to get to train. So there you go. Train seats we have no control over. That's the only thing we can control and assign. Everything else is straight luck. Frog bang. Our alliance rotates between alphabetical order, so everyone gets a chance. And versus points, weekly leaderboard, non-RFR, nothing. There you go. There you go, Frogman. Everybody does it different, so you find out how they did it and do it. We used to, I think before I came in, we used to rotate R4s. R4s got a chance to run the train, like we had that before. We've had different ways of. Everybody can find their own way of doing it. That's just how we're doing it right now. But I do think you should give people a way to achieve the train. It's some way to get on it. you should give somebody a reward for and a way to do it. I mentioned the idea for the survivor tickets of having a guaranteed gold after 200 pulls, like with the hero tickets. Yeah, K17. Survivor tickets are so important and so big, and we always end up with these purples instead of the golds. It's so hard. They make it so hard to pull the gold tickets. And that's why I'm starting to prioritize. This is the first month I've actually bought. From now on, moving forward, the mobilization offers the survivor tickets. I bought it out. I bought 500 tickets out of the mobilization. I'm going to start buying it. Whatever event has the survivor tickets, I'm just going to start buying them out. I don't have another way to go faster with these survivor tickets, and I'm tired of not getting the gold ones, so I'm just going to start prioritizing buying them out. The survivor tickets are too important. Survivors are too important across the board, no matter what you're doing and looking at. It's like it raises buffs. It's so good. And yeah, I'm going to start getting the tickets, as many as I can. Does scouting follow you into arena for the damage buff? Does scouting follow you? What do you mean? You mean War Fever? Are you asking, does War Fever follow you into arena? Maybe that's your question. I'm not sure. My alliance fell apart before season 4, and we dropped in rankings and power seriously, but we won every fight this season, and I earned tactician. Hey, congrats, Man Cub. Congrats. Good stuff. Always good to hear. Earning rewards. Interesting. Appreciate your input. You're welcome, Frog Man. Reminds me of Spoon Man. Frog Man. Uh-oh. YouTube probably cut me out for singing. Not like I'm singing anything like the song. Does the Lawyer Survivor help as well? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Cyclone, welcome in, by the way. Welcome in. Lawyer's phenomenal. Lawyer's great. Great Survivor. My builder hut is 6 hours. All right, wise guy. Listen, wise guy. Nobody likes a bragger. No, good stuff. Glad to hear it. Survivors are through the roof. Good stuff. I tell you what, we got behind. We ended up when we had these goals. We were always used to look at the purples. It was like, the hell are we looking at the purples for? I have not gotten enough survivor tickets for my. I'm maxed out. It's all tickets. It's all gold. I can't do it any different. I can't do it anymore. It's not like you get select survivor coins and you can do it. You either pull the cards or you don't. And I have not prioritized the survivor tickets nearly as much as I should, and I'm going to correct that mistake as we move forward. And tell everybody, like I've said, early servers and stuff, when you get these alliance, oh, what am I doing? Why am I not training? Brief pause for the importance of training right now. Give me a second. Yeah, if you get in the alliance here, yeah, you really should be moving that up. For here, survivor recruitment tickets, you want to make sure you're getting your survivor recruitment tickets out of here. Like, so it's so valuable, especially if you talked about it like week after week after week after week after week after week. The more survivor tickets you can get, the better. And then you end up with an amazing stuff like Wise Guy has here with 6 hours, which is awesome. You can also manipulate the move your survivors around on your tech and stuff, and get the most out of your tech for the buildings that you're doing. You can move them around and stuff. So, yeah. See, Katie, look at Katie. Lawyers are the best. See, yeah, I agree. Lawyers are awesome. Welcome in, Katie. Welcome in. Totally agree. Lawyers are great. Why don't you? I mean, in the game there. Why don't you use black T11s? I'm done with black T11s. So what? Really, you got to look at what the value is for the T11s to understand what you're using them for. So the when you use black T11s, it's all they're doing is reducing the attribute penalty for not being at full capacity by 10%. So in other words, if I fight a battle, after I fight that battle, it reduces my team to be able to hit somebody again. And you're given a penalty. So if you ever look, the second team that you have is like only, like let's say I'm 75 going into the battle. The next battle I hit is going to be 68 million. that'll reduce my penalty that they're giving me by 10% for the second battle that I'm in. And then you look at what the white is doing, and the white is actually reducing the rate of my severely wounded by 5%. So this, every single battle I fight, it's reducing the battle by 5%. So going into Season 5, I'm prioritizing my troop loss, considering I have to fight 2 times a day sometimes, 4 times a week minimum. I'm prioritizing losing troops over that 10% penalty. I want to lose the least amount of troops possible and try to stretch out my troops. I don't need to make my team stronger on my second hit. I need to be able to do this. Not to mention, by the way, they have a card for that T11 buff that you can go and you can get in the season. If you get the battle card, which is this one, reduce the squad attribute penalty for not being at full capacity by 4%. They lowered this. This was 30%, and it was actually higher than the T11 troops. Now it's only 4%, and you got to work your way up to 10%. But listen, like, I could put this battle card in and get some of those T11 white troop stuff back anyway, without being the black troop stuff without being the troop. So I will be white troops for the entire season because I'm prioritizing losing my troops. I need to stretch it out for me. So even when you have gift level 20 and use the Guardian feature, you still strongest player should get Conductor to help them get more powerful than just use VIP seat instead. What do you mean VIP seat? Yeah. Listen, I 100% think, Frogman, I 100% think making your strongest people in your server the strongest they can be is a reward for them for spending money. They're high spenders. So, yeah, it's a great reward for them to get trained. You can't reward them any other way. How else can you reward them for protecting you? What else do you give them? So, I don't know. It's kind of like a shakedown. They get to train. I get protected. So, yeah, whatever they want. Whatever I can give them. It's like during the season, we don't hesitate to say, hey, listen, you can have the most resistance because you help us the most. So they're like, yeah, go ahead. You get the resistance. You get the resistance because you can help us the most. I mean, you use them. You're using them from their power, right? But you get the benefit of it. It's not like you're not getting a benefit from having them. So give back to them. Let them have the train. You still can be the special guest. But yeah, I think they should. I think they should get the train, and I think you should get them as strong as humanly possible. Is what your goal should be in your server. And their goal is to stay in your server. That's what you want. Their payback to you for allowing them to do that is to stay in your server, recruit, protect your server, be great. That's what they need to do. And be proud. You can do it any way you want, though. Like, I'm not telling you there's one way to assign a train or do it. I'm just telling you how we do it, in my opinion on it. I think if you gave the train to somebody different every time and you use them as your protector and they're good, I think the important thing is come to an agreement where you're happy and they're happy. So you have to have a conversation, most like what I just talked about, the rewards, right? Don't be scared to have the conversation. How are you the train? What's your feedback on it? And how do you think we should do it? And blah, blah, blah. There's not one way to do it. It's an opinion. You're doing whatever. But as long as you come to the agreement and everybody, the majority is happy. A team should be working on the majority, right? That's who you should be working. As long as the majority is happy with what you're doing, then pull. You go forward and do what you want. Okay. Pegasus, yes. Krish, welcome in. Pegasus, welcome in, Krish. Makes sense. And does War Fever follow you into the arena? I don't know. That's a great question, Pegasus. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if it follows us into the arena when we're fighting even like Winter Storm and stuff like that. I don't know. I know people do War Fever before they go in. I could fight the same team and tell you if they're different. I mean, it's hard to tell if it's different or not, too, of that War Fever. I guess it would make sense that it would follow you in, the War Fever would follow you into the arena. It makes sense to me that it would. Because everything else, like if I get a skin, like if I unlock the tank, right, I have a bunch of tanks, skins, that could give me a bonus bump for this. Where's my tanks? Tank. It gives me right here a 5% boost hero attack when I have it in stock and I unlock it. So if I get 5% here, that carries into the arena and makes me stronger. So I don't know why, like, the War Fever wouldn't. It would make sense that it does. I'm not sure in the description if it specifically says it or not. I guess when you run it, you'd have to look in the description for... it just says increased damage. So it doesn't actually tell you it doesn't. So I personally would assume that it does carry, because other power that you get temporarily carries. And this is a way that you're getting temporary power. So my opinion would be it follows you. I asked Dev's customer service for a way to retire Survivor. Oh, please. You're screwed. Cyclone, you're preaching to the choir, man. I'm with you. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all this purple nonsense that I have. I don't know what to do with it. Like, it is. Of course we don't use blue. We don't want purple. We want gold. I'm with you, Cyclone. It is what it is. So we keep trying to get this gold. The tickets are just hard to get. A lot of it's luck too. You're pulling the tickets. It's going to be luck in what you get, right? And how you're going to divvy it up. And, I'm sure with a Builder Hut, like Wise Guy's 6 hours for Builder Hut, he probably got a lot of gold survivors to be able to use there. It's not like strategically, this is the funny part. It's not like strategically Wise Guy's putting his survivors in different places that you can't. Like, you can only put them in the specific places. There's nothing else you can do to build it out, to make it faster and make it better. You're given specific survivors. You're using the max amount of survivor points you can to increase those, and that's it. So it's just tickets. You got to get the tickets. You got to get lucky. You got to get more tickets. You get that in the Alliance store. I buy them. I just rewatched the live when you talked about us, 1491. The thing is, we are using diplomacy right now for capital presidency, but if we had to use force, no alliances on our server could contest. Oh, I understand, Skythrough. I just thought you actually had it. Is in the same alliance as me, it seemed. Oh, all right. Well, whatever. You heard what he said in the chat, or I don't know if you did. I think it tells you in the chat what he said. He was like, yeah, we fight for it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because I was just saying, I've never been in an actual capital fight, as you can see today. I better make sure I got all my rewards. I'm talking to you guys. I'm going to have to log off. I don't even know I got... Oh, yeah. We're good. My base is out there probably being attacked. Do I even know? Am I losing troops over here? Oh, no, we're good. Okay. Talking to you guys, I'm not even paying attention to the game. All right. Okay, but yeah, that Jack Wilson. When is the diplomat profession going to be on? I know, Doug, right? I've seen this diplomat for forever. I think that diplomat's been there since they unlocked it, or right shortly after, like season 1. I don't know. I think they have it in their back pocket whenever they want to use it. But that's why, I mean, a diplomat should be another reason why I like unlocking those season points, though, for the profession. You just never know when you need all those points, right? They come out with a new thing. But I don't know. We'll see. All right. Important to maximize the zombie invasion event for free to play to those vendors. So much value to be had. People don't seem to get it. My village has 1 gold and 3 purple, and I am at the end of season 2. Yeah, good. Good. Oh, really? Oh, you 3 purple? Oh, what do you max out? What did you max out your purple? Oh, maybe you maxed out your purple? But no, that can't be. I don't know how you maxed that out, but maybe you did it with 3 purple instead of just a 1 gold. But the gold is so much higher than the purple, so I don't know. I have like 1 star. But maybe your 3 purple are maxed. All right, yeah, I'll end in this because I gotta run. But okay, so the importance of maximizing gold zombie invasion. Yeah, so gold zombies is, I mean, really like any stamina that you have from early on and over. Gold early in this game, as you move forward, it's different increases in different stages of having to get gold. But it is so incredibly difficult to get, and those gold zombies are just it's unbelievable. Your one chance that comes along for you to take advantage of not only creating those, but then creating the bonus zombies that you can have killed for yourself, and you can kill. It's essential to your growth, especially for free to play low spender. Like you said, it's the only way to grow. Otherwise you're going to drag it out forever. I mean, early on, you almost have to use all of your stamina to kill gold zombies. If you're a free to play player, you're pretty much you're drying up your entire stash of stamina for gold zombies every single time, because that's the best use of your stamina. It's not about fighting. It's not about plundering. It's not about what it's best to use to kill every single gold zombie with all of your stamina. You have to take the time. You have to take the hours to kill these zombies and kill them, because it is essential for growth. It's not an option, guys. It's not really an option that I'm telling you that there's a different way to play the game, and some can do it, some can't. If you're a free-to-play player, it's the essential way to play the game. You cannot grow unless you do it. You have to kill gold zombies, and you have to get the gold and collect the gold from there. I'm sorry if you don't have the time and you don't like it, and it's time consuming. 100% is 100%, but it's essential. It's essential for growth. You cannot get enough gold any other way without waiting an eternity, and you're not paying for it. So, yeah, it's just an essential part of your game as a free to play player. And you will use all of your stamina early on, by the way, because you're a free to play player and you don't have a ton of it. And and that'll minimize the amount of fighting sometimes that you can do and do whatever. But it's, again, it is no choice that you have to get through the beginning of the game to complete some of that tech, and use your gold of what you have. I mean, the gold you need for gear. I mean, all these things that require the gold. It's just so expensive when you're free to play that it becomes, again, essential. It's an essential part, not a choice. It is essential to play this game, to kill gold zombies. So, I mean, any alliance will tell you that. Any player will tell you. If you look out there for free to play low spender, you'll probably see somebody out there for hours during gold zombie that comes out. They're killing a crap ton. They keep killing them. You'll see their name pop up as part of creating the zombies. You'll see the same person over and over and over and over and over again. Most likely it's somebody who's free to play or low spender more than other people who also do it as an activity. Some people do it as an activity. Some people do it as an essential part of the game. Free to play low spender, that is you. So, yeah, I mean, that's the best I could say about anybody for Gold Zombie Invasion. I don't know who's not doing that, but that would be more on your team than them. Unless you have somebody who's actually pushing back on you and being like, no, it's not that good. It's crazy how much gold you can get in a friggin' Gold Zombie event. It's absolutely unbelievable. So, okay, all right, guys. I gotta let you go. I gotta run. I've been here now for what I don't know what I gave out here. I think we've been here for 3.5 hours. We've been here for like 3.5 hours. Jesus. All right, y'all. I will see you. Probably will not be on tonight, broadcasting today. May not be on again until Sunday night. If I go, I will let you know. But otherwise, happy killing out there on Friday. And enjoy talking to y'all. QB18 out.